Yeah, a couple.
Scripted questions, but you know, it usually just ends up being whatever we can think of.
Okay.
All right, you're good to go.
All right, so one of the first things that you said was that you don't really represent the demographic here in the North End. What was it that brought you out here to vote today?
I have deep opposition for the path that the mayor and the council is going, and I hope to realign their priorities a little bit.
Was there any specific notion that brought you in, or was it just the overall statements of the council and the mayor?
Well, the wastewater bond I think is a little bit too much, and all the bonding really is a little bit too much. I think they first have to do something with affordable housing, homelessness, and then the overdose prevention sites. I really think they don't take care of the people.
What do you think that they could change first about these bills to take care of those people?
Well, I know that they let big developers develop the old orphanage site with luxury apartments, and you probably could have put 600 to 700 affordable 2-bedrooms, single-family homes in there, and at least not rob poor people of the ability to own a home.
So you said that you don't feel represented by the council or the mayor. Do you feel like there are any representatives that represent your perspective and what you're looking for out of the city?
Not in a holistic manner, no. I think that it seems as though they all have their own agenda, and that they seem to be at odds with one another. There's not a lot of unity on the council. So that to me, if they can't fix that, they're not going to fix anything.
So out of not feeling representative, what's your ideal outcome for this election?
That the bonds fail and that they really actually go back and look. Like, imagine this, they want to put $15 million into a 110-year-old fire station. Just tear it down and put something modern day and up to date. I mean, I would support that, even though it's a ton more money. It's the idea that the city has neglected. They don't do any preventative maintenance for decades. And you can see it in Memorial Auditorium, you can see it in the YMCA, you can see it in the fire station, you can see it in the library. And I mean, they redid the school, which is a good thing. It's a lot of money, but it's a 50-year investment, right? And it'll be here. All these other buildings, they keep putting Band-Aids on them, and they're still substandard.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like to close with your remarks?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
As soon as the polls close, we'll be live with results. If you want to check out that URL, we're with Town Meeting TV public access. So
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Take care.
We
Stay
really
warm.
appreciate it. Sorry, did I do okay like that? I think you should be. I want to get him his daughter again to talk about the school budget.
I like the way you're thinking. I don't know why this is so.
Excuse me. Do you have a minute to do an interview? No, all right. Thank you.
I saw you guys get something immediately.
That was.
Oh my god.
He talked too. I was so shocked.
I've been here for like 20 minutes asking people and no one said yes until one lady.
He was passionate. I'll take it.
Yeah. I think it's possible they want us to do more than 2, but that also wasn't our fault. So that wouldn't be on us anyways.
What do you got here? 2 different ones? Or?
Yeah, we'll get a little closer here.
Yeah, we're ABC and Fox.
So we're Town Meeting TV. We do a live show tonight with results. We're teaming up so that we don't have to do it twice.
Sounds like a plan to me. Whatever works.
I'm good with you guys.
All right. Are we ready? Thank you for joining us today. Was there a particular item that brought you out to the polls today, or a particular candidate?
No, I just like to vote, and I like to vote in person. I was just saying when I pass away, they're gonna find all my ballots stacked up somewhere
So why does voting mean so much to you as a member of the community of Burlington?
This is my hometown, so I've lived here almost all my life, and it's important. You spend money. My taxes go up. I own a home. I've been here, lived in Burlington most of my life, except when I was in the Navy. But so taxes and stuff like that, and things need to be fixed. So you need to vote on them, and let people know what you're doing.
I was going to say, out of the particular items, is there any particular outcome you'd like to see from this election? Was there anything that stuck out to you, whether it be wastewater management, upping school budgets, anything of that sort? Any incoming candidate that speaks to something that speaks to you?
Well, the problem with incoming candidates, there was nobody running against most of them.
Yeah.
That's sad. Right, that's sad, really. So I didn't have any particular candidate that I voted for. As far as things go, they're all important, but taxes went up a lot. I mean, I own a home, and I've seen that my taxes go up since I bought it, and so I try to keep taxes down. I did vote yes on the sewer, but the rest I voted no for.
How do you think the city or even the state can encourage members of the community to run for public positions of their city council, school board?
I don't know. Right now, everything's pretty messy, I used to be a staunch Republican, but I'm not necessarily Republican anymore. I'm more of an independent, and it's just hard to know. I wouldn't want to get involved now. I'm too old anyways. I don't have much experience at it, so I wouldn't want to get involved. But I don't really know. Unless things settle down, and the Lord's going to have to do that to make people calm down.
Thank you so much. Is there any final remarks you'd like to say about your city, about your community here in Burlington?
No, but like I said, I've lived here almost all my life, and I grew up here next door to Bo's Restaurant when I was a kid, for those of you that live around here. And so I went to the first graduating class out of the high school that they just tore down. So anyways.
It's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your opinions today. Oh, yeah.
What's the last name?
Yeah, Dave Holden.
Holden?
Holden, H-O-L-D-E-N. Dave Holden.
Thank you so much, sir.
I'm going to hand this to you. Town Meeting TV does a live show tonight as soon as the polls close. And at that link, you can find out. We get results straight from all the clerks. So you can find
Cool.
You stay warm, sir. Thank you so much.
There's been some angry voices where they have interviewed young people about who wants to go out and vote, because on warmer days when it's really fun.
Microphone. Me. All right.
You can break my interview if somebody's walking.
Okay.
All right. All right. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today in your ward. Is there anything in particular that brought you out to vote today? You were talking a little bit about just like it being important to vote in general. Was there a particular item that brought you here, or a candidate or lack of candidate?
I think it's always important to come out and vote in local elections. So I think that, bar none, just trying to show up for that is important. And then it's interesting that Ali Jang posted on Front Porch Forum that he was going to be a write-in. So it'd be interesting to see if folks come out and write him in.
I was going to say, what are your thoughts on the write-in candidates? I was going to say, we're not the only ward with write-in candidates this year with elections, if I'm not mistaken. How do you think that works here in Burlington? Do you think that's not necessarily a viable way of running, but how do you think the community is going to respond to that?
I think it's an interesting. Well, I think number one, it speaks to democracy to be able to have more than one candidate on the ballot. So. I think, Ali's reputation in the ward, it's not like it's just somebody showing up at the last minute. There's people that know him, served on the council for a number of years. So I think that makes sense just in terms of having a kind of, the system that there should be more than one candidate for people to try and choose from.
Was there any particular issue or occurrence that you felt wasn't addressed by the ballot this year that you wish you could see some change in Burlington?
Well, I think we're coming off the heels of a big national election and a mayoral election last year, so I think these quieter years are a little bit more subtle and it's easy to not pay attention. But I think everything that's top of mind is budget stuff, and budget stuff isn't a great way to to say that, but I think people are concerned with cost of living, and that's being reflected in why people would turn out right now. So I think prices are going up and we have crumbling infrastructure, and so I think people are feeling really passionate about that, and hopefully there's a good turnout even on some of these smaller elections.
I was going to say, what does that good turnout look like for you? How do you think the city of Burlington could change? Like, what do you think in particular could change to see that cost of living decrease?
Yeah, I don't know that. I would need to be a little bit more educated, but for me, I think good turnout is just numbers, just getting people out and having them voice their opinion on all sides of party lines, and not kind of living in an echo chamber. So,
absolutely. Kind of, I don't know about final question. We can keep going this interview for as long as we need to, kind of, because we just need time. But what about community is important to you when you're voting?
Oh, did you want to break? Oh, sorry. No. Okay. Yeah, you let me know.
Or actually, I'll break. Yeah, let's see. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir?
It looks like you might be like one of those.
I think.
Yeah, no, never mind. Okay, yeah. What about community is important to you when you're voting?
Again, I think difference. I think, we don't want to live in a community with just one worldview, but I think seeing many varying perspectives is very important for the democratic process.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a good swag. I feel bad. How do can I start?
We didn't know.
Absolutely. Can we get you just standing together wherever's comfortable? All right. Let me get my questions. Oh no, it's okay.
Town Meeting TV?
Oh yeah, we're with Town Meeting TV, Burlington Public Access.
Great. Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. So, what brought you out to the polls today? Was there any item in particular that caught your attention? Was there any candidate or lack of candidate that brought you out here?
Well, I'm here to vote, and I want to vote in person, but I'm glad they do have mail-in voting for everyone. I am disappointed that there is a lack of people running against Mark Barlow. I think that it's important to have choices, so I made sure I did a write-in. Thank you.
I was going to say, did you participate in the write-in for Ali Zhang?
I did. I wrote his name. I was so thrilled that he said that at the NPA meeting, that he supports what the mayor's doing, and feeling like I'm sure I'm not saying his words exactly, but he doesn't feel like the mayor is being supported. And I heard him, and so I was so glad to hear him spell his name so I could write it in correctly.
I also, him spelling his name was I loved that moment. Yes. It made me really happy. You said you feel really disappointed by the lack of choices and how few people are running in general, just like no one's competing against Barlow. What do you think the city and the state could do to encourage people in the community to run for local office?
It's a good question. I would like to see younger people step up. Maybe you'd be interested. I love it when I see younger people. I was the ward clerk in Ward 4. I feel like, stepping up and doing things, but I want to encourage and support, and anything I can do to get younger people, because it's, pass the torch.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Do you have any final remarks? Anything about what community means to you here in Burlington, about how voting is important to you?
Community means everything to me. Burlington is an amazing town, and I feel like too often the news likes to focus on the negative, where there's so much good community going on. The NPA meetings, people reaching out to each other. We live in the Cambrian Rise area. We have a coffee every Thursday, and trying to get all the neighbors to get together. Once you know your neighbor, you know their names, and somebody's upset, you're like, that's my neighbor, I need to help them.
Thank you so much. Do you have any remarks?
I don't really have anything to add. We could pay elected officials a little more, I think would help, especially at the state legislature. It's a vow of poverty to work there, and a great sacrifice. So that's one thing we could do, I think. Maybe local officials more too.
Oh, the hours they put in. They work so late. I try and stay up to watch it sometimes online. It'll be 2 a.m. I'm like, I can't do it. I don't know how they could. Yeah, it is. If I was there, I would just have my head on I'd have to put a picture of myself and be asleep. It's it's asking a lot, but I'm glad.
I love the fact that people are engaged in our community and want to be there. That's a wonderful thing, I think.
And you're here asking questions. This is great. Yes, yes. Yes.
Thank you guys so
Uh-huh.
much
Thank
for
you all.
sharing your opinions. Let me get you, if you'd like to tune in tonight, your interview will probably be part of our live show. It's airing. Hop. Cold. Hello, my name is MJ Rizzo.
And I'm Jackie Spinell.
We are here doing Exit Voices in Hello, my name is MJ Rizzo.
And I'm Jackie Spinell.
We are here doing Exit Voices in the Old North End, Ward 7 in Burlington, talking to voters about what community means to them and why their vote matters. Okay, there's one. Do you want to start one?
Do it again, but it's the New North End.
New North. Oh, there's a difference? I sound like a masshole right now. I'm so sorry. Different North End. We're in Ward 7, and my name's MJ. Hello, my name is MJ Rizzo.
And I'm Jackie Spinell.
And we are here in the New North End, Ward 7, talking to Burlington voters about what community means to them and why their vote matters. Do you want to start with?
I feel like that's pretty good.
Sure. Maybe you could do the intro for the 2 and 3.
Yeah, that sounds good. Do you want this back?
I wonder where my brain gets things. Got stuck. Alright, come follow me over here. I feel like I want to... Oh.
Careful!
Oh wait, you're on the cord. It might be uneven.
Alright.
Sorry. Thank you.
Put it there for you.
I was gonna say I might not. I have different questions for you as a candidate. This is an entirely different wheelhouse.
All right, good to go.
So thank you for joining us today. You are a candidate in this election. Would you like to fully introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Mark Barlow, and I'm the North District City Councilor. I've been serving for about 4 years and running for a third term.
What about you've run many city council elections? What about this election is important to you? It's different.
One of the things about this election that I've been really upset about is how ugly it's gotten in other parts of the city, particularly in East District, and the hateful rhetoric that is just not, it's not who we are in Burlington, and yet it continues on. It's been called out, and yet it continues. And so I'm hoping that we can find a way to get beyond that and close this ugly chapter in Burlington. You know, it was about 2018 is when I started to see this to happen locally, and it's just gotten worse and worse. And I'm just hoping that we all will push back against it.
Can you speak a little bit more to you said this ugly chapter in Burlington and it impacts voters and the community? How do you think this impacts voter reception and community in Burlington?
I think it turns some people off, especially good people. You know, this is all of elected service in Burlington is essentially like a volunteer job. There's small stipends, but to find good candidates that are willing to run and face like what I consider to be really ugly, hateful hostility is difficult. So I think it turns people off in terms of participating in the process and being part of government. And I think it also turns off voters.
What are some ways you think that the city or the state could encourage people to participate in running for city council or running for their local office?
Well, I think we need to do a better job of engaging the public more generally on the work that's done in government. You know, I often tell people when they talk about they raised my taxes or they're going to do this, I say we are the they, and so it's up to all of us to participate and help make the decisions for all of us. And in Burlington, we can do that. Government's very accessible to people.
So say, as a member of they, how do you want to see change happen in your community? How are you going to bring about that change for city council, from city council?
Well, I've been focused on the basics. You know, I don't have a lot of aspirations for a lot of change. I'd like to see the city run well, city run affordably, have it be safe. You know, I tell people that my sort of North Star is that I think of Burlington even before the pandemic, when we would get all sorts of recognition and accolades for being one of the most livable cities in the country. And now we're in the national news for our problems. And so the things that we need to do to get back to where we were are the things that I will stay focused on. And I think that there are things like rebuilding our public safety, getting the state to step up and deal with some of the problems that are beyond the city, but the state's responsible for. And mental health is one of those. Housing is another. We'll enable policy at the local level to build more housing. We've been doing that with neighborhood code and some other things, but that'll take a while.
Some of the stuff you addressed, like mental health and a couple of the other things, aren't addressed on this ballot. Is there anything that you could change about this ballot so that you feel it can help this community further? Anything that you would add to this ballot to see better outcomes?
There's in terms of mental health and treatment and beds, that's really on the state to sort of address that. One of the things I would point out about this ballot is we're asking the voters to be pretty generous in terms of the bonding, the water bonds and the general obligation bond. And I would just let them know that even though those things make the city less affordable, there's some really important work that we'll be doing in the next 3 months in the lead up to the FY26 budget adoption. Hopefully that will find some savings in city government so that we'll try to offset some of this increase with savings elsewhere.
If there is anything that you could say to the city of Burlington as a candidate, as a representative of the community, what would you say to them? As a member of they, for representation of the community.
Right. I would just say that we all have to work together. We all, in order for Burlington to be successful, we all have to work together. And that's always been my the way I operate, and I'm hoping others will do the same.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Any closing remarks? Anything else you'd like to add?
Just make sure you get out and vote today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for doing an interview with us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for being out here today.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bart.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you tonight too, maybe.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I hope you can make it, and if not,
We're gonna try.
cool.
It's around 8 o'clock.
Now, are the Dems doing a party somewhere, or
There's some sort of get together.
kind of a more low key one?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I haven't been. I'm just get the thing that's right in front of me.
Yeah, I understand.
I think maybe Hotel Vermont.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're planning.
Hey, I know we were standing out at the other pond, so I'm like, woo.
Oh my gosh. Freezing. All right. Are we good? Almost. Yes. All right. So, as I said, my name is MJ. Would you like to introduce yourself, especially as a candidate?
Absolutely. My name is Kendra Sowers, and I am the North District School Commissioner. So that's wards 4 and 7.
So, let's talk a little bit specifically about the school budget question on the ballot. If there's anyone out there that doesn't feel like, or they understand the question, can you elaborate a little bit more on what they're addressing with this item?
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like the ballot language is really confusing, so thanks to you for raising that, because it doesn't address really what that means. As a Burlingtonian, it's nice to know, well, how does that impact my taxes and what does that look like? And the ballot just shows what the increase is for our education budget. And so the increase to the education budget includes things like rent increases and teacher health care and, everything that inflation. There is some interest on our bond payment. So of course things go up. So that's kind of what people see, but that's just one variable of the education formula. So there's 4 variables that go into actually what we pay as Burlingtonians. So it's really good to know that this budget will lead to a 4% decrease predicted for taxes. And all of these are estimates, because until the legislature has finished their work and they can always add some more money and things like that, these are all estimates, but it's a 4% decrease. And I want to shout that from the rooftops, because people don't understand when they look at this ballot, they just see this huge increase. And so it's important that Burlingtonians know that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think there's certain ways that the city could change ballot language to become less confusing so that the general public and community feel more comfortable in making decisions for their community like this?
Yeah, it's actually not a Burlington thing. It's a state, and it used to be that we could add like a line or two, which would say like this resulted in a 4% decrease, and they didn't allow that this year. So it would be great if they could, the legislature could kind of help us be able to change that to make it more understanding. I think so much of what gets on the ballot, it's hard to understand the wording and things. They make things overly complicated. So we always want to be transparent with our numbers. We have everything on our website. I want people to understand what the budget looks like, and so all of that, they can go onto our Burlington website and under budget and get all of the details of the budget, because I think it is important to understand where our tax dollars go. I also just want to say that we're really, really, really careful on the school board. We look at ways that we can save money. We want to take care of our teachers, our students, our families, provide an awesome education. Our high school is pretty exciting and tech center, but that all costs money. And at the same time, we want to be sure that we're really being good stewards of the money for here in Burlington. So
you just touched a little bit on that, but what does education mean for you, for our community? Why is education so important?
It's the hallmark of democracy. It's where every child gets an opportunity to learn and grow. And we want every child, no matter where they live and where they come from, to have opportunities and opportunities to succeed in whatever they choose to do. It's why I think it's amazing in Burlington we have a tech center as well that has these amazing opportunities for kids, and it allows them to, no matter what their socioeconomic background, no matter what their culture, their religion, their gender, we really want an inclusive place to learn and grow, and we have to be able to afford it in Burlington as well. So it's always, I feel like as a school board we have that fine balancing act of being sure we have wonderful opportunities and programs for our kids, take care of our teachers, our staff, and also be the voice of the taxpayer. And that's always a fine balancing act when there's one pot of money.
If there's one thing you could change or see change out of this election, what would you like to see happen?
See change out of this election? That's so interesting. I guess I would hope that Burlington continues to support its schools in high numbers, and so
maybe not even change.
Yeah, continue because Burlington. I just want to thank Burlington because I feel like the last election with the bond and the high school, Burlington came out in support of that high school and the money, even though we knew that it was going to cost us dollars. And so I just want to thank Burlingtonians because they have consistently over time supported the schools, and I just want to thank them. So I hope we can continue that trend.
Any closing final remarks for our community?
Please vote today, get out the vote, and please also step up and volunteer, and any questions or anything that people want to help in our community, whether it's on city council or school board or just helping, we're all in this together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Incredible answers.
Stay warm. You guys too.
This is a tough one. You may want to stand over there.
Okay. Yeah.
To try to like grab people, because like a lot of people may come that way.
What muscle?
And then, here, give me the mic and I can give it to you. That way you don't have to step in the snow.
Oh, okay.
I don't want you to be even more colder than you already are.
I was gonna say, wait, stand over here.
I think wherever you feel comfortable to try to like ask people for an interview, and then we could bring them over here.
I feel bad like standing right outside the
It's looking a little slanted.
What's it looking like?
A little slanted.
Here, will you hold this?
Yes.
So one of the things you can do, I don't know why this tripod's acting up so much, but one of the things you can do is loosen this and then adjust this so that the level is, except part of it is,
yeah, it looks better. It's just trying to get like, it's recording, yeah.
Here, sorry, I can take that back.
It's just kind of, it's pretty.
And then I could try to like put this down. A little bit more? Is that a little better? That just make it worse.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
It feels less cold over here.
It does. But also just the car.
It's true.
So I'm so cautious.
I feel so dramatic when it's this cold out. I'm just like,
Whatever it takes to keep you warm. Wondering if, like, when this guy comes back out to get his bike, we'll be able to grab him. And then if anybody parks over here, we can get them. But it's just, we'll have to be able, like, you're good at it, but a little bit more, like,
I feel bad, like, yelling at people from over here too.
definitely not the end of the world if we don't get a bunch here, but it will be a bummer. But I do think it's just a testament to, like, low voter turnout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a bummer, but.
Let's see this guy. Have a good day. Good to go. Alrighty, thank you so much for agreeing to do an interview with us. My name is MJ. Could you introduce yourself?
Matthew Hogue.
Matthew Hogue. Thank you. And voting day here in Burlington, is there anything in particular that brought you out to the polls today? Was there any item or candidate or lack of candidate that you were passionate about?
I like to vote. It's something to do. I even came yesterday. I forgot what day it was. I didn't realize it was Monday. It's a strange one. I've always voted for all school budgets, which I did this time. I always voted for the school budget. I've always voted for tax revenue and all these bond issues and stuff. But I read a thing, the Vermont Digger or something like this, that these waterworks and things, the intention is just to bring in more housing. And it seems to me that at some point, a place like Burlington really needs to consider just being sufficient, being, okay, we have enough houses, hardware stores, things. It just seems this eternal effort to grow. It just seems to me untenable at some point. And so I just felt that was kind of, maybe people need to stop and say, hey, how do we fix what we have versus always needing more things and bigger and bigger and bigger.
So do you think budget increases aren't necessarily what Burlington needs right now? It's maybe something else?
Well, it seems like it's still just borrowing more money, right? It's still just pond issues. It's still just all this stuff. I don't know. I mean, I see these large companies building all of these things, the Cambrian Rise and stuff. Maybe there's a more fair way to distribute the onerous burden of taxes on the local population. I pay a lot of money in taxes every year. Too much. I can't afford it. And so it just seems like we're... I don't want to sound like a communist, you know what I'm saying? But it just seems like there's maybe perhaps a more equitable way to do things. And maybe just this continuing to just issue bonds, raise funds for investors might not be the way to go in the future. And so I don't know. So I just do a no vote just because I could. My little monkey wrench in the system. My little poke, I
was going to say, like, if you could see change from this election, if there was something to come out of this election to benefit you as a member of this community or as a community as a whole, not necessarily just you.
I mean, these aren't things you vote on, right? You don't vote, hey, let's change our socioeconomic system, right? That doesn't happen. I suppose when I looked at the thing, so to be honest with you, I didn't vote for anybody. It's one person. I don't care, right? What's the point? And so perhaps, I don't know. I think maybe Burlington has a very limited voice on the city council, perhaps. I don't know. It's just... it's a social thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a city council. Wow, what are they going to do? They can't do anything. They don't care. Nothing they can do, right? And so it just seems like we're just kind of following the same path just constantly until we're off the rails or the car goes off the cliff or something. I don't know.
You've talked a little bit about, like, coming out to vote. You feel it's important to come and vote, throwing a little monkey wrench in the system and stuff. There's kind of a chronic lack. No, I get it. Hey, I like being a contrarian.
It just seems, at my age, seeing what I've seen of my life, that it's like, I just don't see it as being a viable system. It just seems, I don't know. I don't know. I love the city. I love living here. And it would make me sad to have to leave because I just can't afford it. You know, that how much money, I mean, I run a store downtown. I look what these kids are making. I'm like, there's just no physical way. You know, granted, they're off at fish shows every weekend. You know what I'm saying? They do that stuff. But they're not, there's nowhere to go. You know, there's nothing for them in the, I don't know.
I was going to say, any other closing remarks? Anything else you want to
said too much. You're going to get me in trouble. My wife's going to see this. I'll be in big trouble.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We're doing our live
Make
show
sure you
tonight,
trim
so-
it down to the sane parts.
Of course, it's not level. It's okay.
It's like I'm trying to do everything, but I have one hand in my pocket, and the other one's
One thing I
falling
discovered
apart.
in campaigning is there are certain pens. You have to get a pen that doesn't freeze. when
Oh,
you're out
yeah.
there. You
No metal
find that,
pens.
So somebody told me that.
That's a good point.
It's you can't get a metal pen when you're working in the field. It's like your hands will be frozen.
Yeah.
All right, are we all set?
Yeah, we're gonna move for this car then. There.
I was gonna say, thank you so much for agreeing to interview. My name is MJ. I'd shake your hand, but it's about to freeze off. Could you introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Sarah Carpenter, and I'm the Ward 4 City Councilor.
And just for clarification, for those who may not know what's going on in Burlington politics right now, are you currently running or not?
I'm not running. In Burlington, we alternate years for councilors, and I ran last year.
So, looking at specifics of this ballot for this year, was there any item that stood out to you in particular?
Well, we have such necessary needs for infrastructure. So we have a very significant water and sewer bond and a capital needs bond. And that took a lot of work for us to hone in and understand how important those needs are. So that's a critical for the city going forward. We have several charter change items. Again, perhaps not as critical, but really address some of the issues in the city and will be important to get passed.
For the wastewater and city bonds, like you said, they're extremely critical. What does that mean for everyday people of Burlington? How is this going to affect their day-to-day lives and just them going to work, paying their taxes, especially, things like that?
Well, there's sort of two parts to it. The capital bond, the $20 million capital bond, they'll see the results of that. That's sidewalks and streets and some of our maintenance, our vehicles and our fleet. So that'll just improve our operations. The water bond is long-term, and by bonding it prevents us from having a situation where we have a giant multi-million-dollar thing fail and then we have to pay for it out of capital. So it is actually a more even way to pay for those improvements, and it will be reflected in water rates, not in tax rates. So that's important. We will share those rates with the institutions like the university and the hospital, whereas they don't pay property taxes. So it's a smoothing out of the payment. It will increase our rates, but our rates are still very competitive compared to the rest of the county, and we need to protect the lake, and we need to make sure we got safe drinking water, and we have a very old system, and it's time to pay the piper.
You're very passionate about this issue, and do you think the people of Burlington will not necessarily come out with the same decision, but do you think the public has enough knowledge on this issue of water treatment? And do you think that the item could have been worded differently to maybe let the public know what's going on here with this bond increase?
We've tried hard to get the information out. It's not an easy task. Some of what we're doing is put on us by the state, like adding tertiary treatment, which is critical to the lake, and explaining what all that is. We have combined sewer runoff. That's a complicated issue. There's not an easy way to rewrite it. I've tried very hard to get the website out, and at some level you just need to trust that this is one item. The city council and the city administration, we're united on. We understand. We've looked under every rock, and I hope the voters appreciate that we've done that.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we can cover. You've given us some really insightful information on, I was going to say the water treatment stuff in particular. But thank you so much for coming out here. Is there anything that you'd want to leave us with just about voting and community in Burlington?
Well, I was just saying I get frustrated sometimes that sometimes enough people don't get out and vote. And I really hope by 7 o'clock tonight they're out to vote. You can come last minute. And if you miss this and you hear later, just get voting on your schedule. It's easy to register. You need to be engaged. I occasionally get frustrated with folks who perhaps have a complaint but then haven't voted. And the way you get your things addressed is to vote.
I was going to say, can you speak to you've been sitting out here for, I'm not sure how
Yeah.
long, but even for as long as we've been here, can you just tell how many people you've seen coming in now?
It's hard to know. And with the mail-in ballot, which I really appreciate, is the right thing to do. The city pays a chunk of money to do that, but that gets more engagement. So I haven't actually checked on the number. This has been slow so far. Usually there's a rush at the end of the day. I hope it's a good turnout, but you never know, and it's not too late. You still got till 7 tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate
Much
it.
appreciated.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Just shivering.
And this is Old North End.
Yep.
Okay.
Old North End, we're at Ward 2 in the Central District. So whatever you want to say.
All right. Are you recording?
Yep, you're good to go.
Hi everyone, I'm Jackie Spinell.
And I'm MJ Rizzo.
And we are here in Ward 2 in Old North End in the Central District talking to voters about why they're out to vote, what's bringing them out, items on the ballot, and anything else that they want to talk about.
Like anyone.
Sorry?
Anyone.
I was going to say, here we go.
Would need like an equal opportunity to vote.
Absolutely. How do you think the community can make voting easier for everyone?
Actually, voting would be like an equal opportunity for anyone.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Did you vote today?
I was going to say, did you vote today?
I certainly did.
How do you feel that voting can help change the things around you?
Actually, I would say just about everyone should indeed be a registered, voter.
Absolutely.
Because nothing is stopping anyone from voting.
Absolutely. Is there anything that about this ballot in particular that you felt was important to the city of Burlington?
I would say it's all on the equal side.
Is there anything that you'd like to see from the community other than getting out and voting, or just that you want to see people getting out and voting and using their power to put out their ballots?
Just about every city in Vermont has like an equal opportunity to vote.
Absolutely. I was gonna say, do you have any final thoughts for us?
Just about everyone for town meeting day, nothing is stopping them from voting.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Your day.
Have a good day.
Thank you. All right.
Corn, carrot, tomatoes. So we could get a pan across to like multiple signs.
This is kind of cool with the flag.
I love that. Do not climb on tree. Like, you know what I'm gonna do when you put that sign there. Like, I'm gonna climb on tree. Excuse me, did you just vote?
Going in right now.
Going in right now. Afterwards, if you'd like to talk to us, we're doing interviews with CCTV for town meeting. Share some stuff. Share your business.
I think a lot of the resources for Student Free are being put into one entity, the other contested races.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do the best that we can. If we can get at least, we got one interview over there. We can get one or two here. I'll be happy with that. Andrew.
Hey.
How's it going?
What's happening? How you doing?
Doing pretty well.
What's going on?
What's going on?
My name's Andrew Champagne. I have a talk show, a Democratic talk show on Town Meeting Television, usually the second Tuesday of the month. But I'm working at the polls today. I'm registering voters inside the polls. Just I want to thank Town Meeting for their coverage, and you can watch tonight. The results at 7, and just want to say hi to all my friends, and we'll be back on the show next week. But I got to go back in and register some more voters. Take care.
Thank you so much.
See you, Andrew. Take care. Hey, it's Charlie.
Oh, that's what that's from. You hate Peppa? What? I was gonna say, I definitely know that song. I've heard that song before. Oh my goodness. So, I am here with a very important helper. Would you like to introduce yourself for TV?
I'm an important helper too, but my name is Mr. Abdi.
Mr. Abdi?
And his name is Musi.
Musi. I'm here with Mr. Abdi and Musi, and where are we today?
There's a big flood hitting all over the world.
I don't know about that, but...
You gonna be a news reporter?
That is true. And what you said was not true.
Whatever I said wasn't true. You heard it here first, folks. So we are here, Ward 3 of Town Meeting Day, helping out with elections.
This guy's gonna say something.
This guy's gonna say something? How long have you been here today?
Almost for the whole day since the morning.
Almost for the whole day? That's. Have you seen a lot of people?
Yes.
Yes, there's been a lot of people coming in and out. Have you?
I only saw monsters. Thousands of monsters.
You saw people and thousands of monsters at the polls? Oh my goodness.
And there's elemental monsters, water elemental, making a flood.
Oh my goodness.
And they might eat your dogs or pets.
So.
Or your kid.
I mean, you might have to be careful because I've seen if there's monsters everywhere. I've seen kids here at the polls. I've seen dogs. I've seen pets. I've seen just about everyone.
I've seen just about everyone getting eaten.
Getting eaten? I don't know about that.
You don't want to scare them away from the polls.
I was gonna say, we don't want to scare people away, but. And then here's Moosey.
Do you know what people are doing here today?
There's a conference.
They're voting.
They're voting for the president, I think.
For the president.
Not today.
Not today. Do you know what
the mayor?
Not quite. Kind of close though.
For your school budget.
They're voting for my school budget.
They're voting for your school budget. And do you know what's that for? That's so you can hear what's going on inside of the camera.
Do you want to hear yourself talk?
Yeah.
You kidding? There you go.
So they're voting on your school budget. Do you know what that changes?
No, I want to talk. There's monsters everywhere eating everyone. And the water monsters are making floods.
He's doing a better job than I am.
And they might eat everyone in sight they see.
Are you excited to be able to vote when you're old enough?
I'll vote for me.
And Abdi, tell us about your school. Tell us about SA. What do you like about SA? The trout.
The trout and my friends and lunch and PE.
You want to tell the camera what you like about school?
Tell them about your teachers.
I like silly goosies. The silly goosies are water monsters that are attacking the world. All over the world and the universe.
That's crazy. Okay.
And there's and then there's gonna be aliens swimming in there. And there's gonna be zombie drowners in the water.
I didn't hear about any of this, and
There's a silly.
I feel like I'm missing out on a whole lot. Where do you get your news?
Let's take this off. Yeah. How do I make it louder? I can't.
It isn't loud enough already?
Yeah. Silly gooses.
I was gonna say.
The silly goosies. I'm gonna. What is this? Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants is flying through the sky, and he's saying, "I'm gonna save everyone," but everything he does is misunderstood, and it's mistakes. Oh yeah, would. The silly goosies are moving up.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Police.
Yeah?
In Burlington?
Yeah, I'm gonna have this mic and these headphones.
Are you sure you don't want to be a news reporter?
I was gonna say, I think you get all.
But guess what? I'm gonna be the boss of the police.
Yeah, you are.
And then I'm gonna have a microphone and headphones so I can hear what I'm saying and don't have mistakes and talk to the police. The silly goosies are attacking the world. Please go catch them. And I am Mr. Abdi with a sticker.
Can you sign off? Say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching TUV TV with the monsters Gearbite.
Awesome job.
That's like the perfect spot to watch. You look like you're doing something really important right now. You're standing back, you're looking at the camera, you got the headphones on, you're in charge, buddy.
Wait, let me get the marker.
I was gonna say.
The silly goosies are on the loose.
Hey, I need this right now.
Guess what? You don't need it.
Guess what? I do, because it's my job.
Guess what? It's not your job.
Well, I don't live in TV land. I live at.
I steal.
No, I think I need to do my job.
I'm gonna take.
Yummy.
Oh, Mama.
And I hear there's a future voter. Does she have a future voter? Thank you for sorry. It was a lot. No, it was great. It was great. Obviously, you called me on like round. Doesn't matter anyway.
You want to know how much cupcakes I had?
Probably a lot.
Two big cupcakes.
Was it tasty?
Yeah, I'm going to talk on the news again.
Let's say 2 things. You can say 2 things.
Okay.
No, I hold the microphone.
There's the silly goosies dancing in hypnotizing.
Wait, that's more than 2 things.
I just had to finish what I was saying.
But I said 2 things.
Stop. Stop, you can hear me.
Wait, no, you can hear me.
But guess what?
What? No, I think you can hear me right now.
Only it goes on to me.
Oh,
You're not on the news.
I think I don't know. I think Burlington wants to see someone else right now.
Listen to me. There's a big flood in everybody's mouth. And the bacteria is dying. So don't forget, you might have to go to the doctor. Okay? And there's monsters who are doing that. Bye-bye, silly goosey.
Thank you, sir. Good job.
If you wear these, that means you're on the job. And if you have the microphone, that means you're not on the job.
Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, something doesn't add up here. But who's to say? Not me, certainly.
Guess what? You don't work.
No, I don't.
And I hold it.
Excuse me, please don't grab.
Okay.
That's not very nice. Thank you.
Silly goosies are attacking the world.
Something about silly goosies.
They're attacking the microphone.
What was that?
They're attacking that microphone.
Oh, okay. Totally appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Nice hat.
Thank you. Nice hat. I like yours. All right, we rolling? Alrighty. Thank you so much for joining us here today at the polls. Would you like to introduce yourself really quickly?
I'm Charlie G. and I live in the old north end of Burlington. I've been here forever.
Field producer at Town Meeting TV as well, right? So,
Producer at Town Meeting TV.
wonderful. Would you like to tell people what that little phrase on your name tag there, election official, what does that mean?
Well, in every polling place in the United States of America and probably on the planet, you have to have poll officials that make voting easy for the public. So that's what we do. We have a whole staff here. You got a ward clerk, you got 3 inspectors, and then you got a whole bunch of assistant poll officials.
So, looking at what's been going on today, turnout, people, what have you seen, Ward 3?
Well, the fact is I've been doing this for 15 to 20 years, and I've never seen it this slow. It's really slow.
Why do you think that could be? We were discussing that, whether it be from just, we were saying people are overwhelmed or they don't feel compelled enough to engage. Why do you think that turnout is so low overall?
Well, I'm pretty confident that the reason is that all of the elections are uncontested. So we only have one person running for school board, one person for city council. And see, that's what happens when they're not contested. The public loses interest.
A lot of the talk around this uncontested running has not only led to a couple of write-in campaigns, but a really big write-in campaign that was launched about a week ago. What are your thoughts and opinions on people from the community launching these campaigns somewhat after the fact and trying to get their message out there for running?
Well, it's very difficult for them to actually be successful doing that. They have to be very well organized. But, it's a free country and people are... I never discourage anyone from being politically active as long as they're not hurting anybody or anything like that. But basically, there's one person who filed too late to run for inspector of elections here in Ward 3. So he's running a write-in candidacy, and he's pretty confident that he did enough communication with the public that he'll get his vote. So it does work. We don't see a lot of that, but it does work if people are energized to do a good job with it.
Voting is different everywhere, obviously, across the United States, but you said you've been working in Burlington as an election official for 15, 20 years. What makes voting special in Burlington, especially regarding our community? I feel like Burlington is a very tight-knit space, and voting dictates a lot of what goes down in our communities. How do you think voting's different here in Burlington?
Well, the public is very educated on issues here in Burlington. I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but it's my impression that voters are very aware of what they're voting on.
As someone coming from elsewhere, people are extremely educated here.
And so here we are in Ward 3, which has traditionally been like the lowest income area of the city, with actually a lot of people who are non-citizens, et cetera. So normally you would expect to have very low turnout for those reasons. You don't have a lot of homeowners in Ward 3, and yet we have very high totals, which surprises people who study elections. But it's just basically, as I said, people are knowledgeable, they're enthusiastic about participating in the process, and so we just get more votes than most people would imagine.
And despite the low turnout, like, we do still have that culture in Burlington of being ecstatic to vote, being happy to participate in our community. What do you think the city can do, though, after this low turnout to kind of encourage people to get into polls or even get involved with local elections and become an election official, even run for local office, things like that?
I think they should do more in the schools. Okay, and we actually do have several people here today who are learning for the first time about the polls. Okay, they're not old enough to actually vote, but they're actually learning about what it takes to work at the polls, et cetera. And they're all very enthusiastic, which is, as far as I'm concerned, that's wonderful. So I think they should do more in the schools to encourage young people to participate in the process.
Absolutely. Is there any particular ballot item that stuck out to you? About this, or in this election, any particular ballot item? Was it, be it wastewater management, the school, the school funding?
The thing that sticks out most to me is that I expected higher turnout because of the questions on the ballot. You have an unusual number of questions, and a lot of them involve a lot of money. So I would have thought that the public would have turned out better, but they didn't. So for instance, when we pre-processed the mail-in ballots last week, we only processed 266, whereas in recent years we've been processing 1,000. So I was expecting turnout to be low, and there it is, we have a low turnout. So I'm just surprised because of the questions there aren't more people involved.
Thank you so much for letting us talk to you today. We really appreciate it. Any final remarks?
No, I think good questions, good interview. Glad to see you're here spreading the word about voting.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
We really appreciate it.
Hi, everybody. My name's Andrew Champagne. I'm on Town Meeting Television sometimes. I'm executive editor of Democrats Live at 525. But it's my privilege today. You know, Town Meeting Day is one of my favorite days of the year. Come on, you guys. And my friend Emily asked me to come on the mic, and I've got some students here, high school students at the Rock Point School, which is also a boarding and day school. Now, they are here working, getting paid, learning how to register voters, learning how to help people put their ballots in, learning how to check people off, learning kind of the whole minutia of the whole town meeting experience. Now, this only happens once a year, so it's very unique and special. And obviously, Town Meeting Television, nobody captures it better. And starting at 7, we're going to have some results right away. Right, Emily?
Absolutely.
I'm going to put these guys on. I don't want you to be nervous. Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you live, what you're doing. And thanks again for Town Meeting TV coming out to cover. And as I said, my favorite day of the year. So I'm going to turn it over to my pal Trenton.
Hello, I'm Trenton. I'm from Essex Junction, Vermont, and I came here to do the ballots and help out. I'm part of Rock Point School with Chase and Vera, and we're here for the day till 2 o'clock, and just really helping out.
Hello, my name's Vera. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm helping checking in voters, so just making, and if they were issued a ballot but they don't have it, making sure they take an oath, write a pledge that they don't vote twice, but it's pretty simple. And I learned some things about voting, more than I did coming in.
Thank you. My name's Chase. I'm from Burlington. And I came here to learn how to sign people up to vote. Andrew was teaching me and still is. And yeah, it's very interesting. It's a new experience. And yeah.
So how old are you guys?
I am 18 personally. Yeah.
I am also 18.
But no, it's exciting.
I'm 16.
So did you two vote today or plan to vote?
I actually haven't thought about that, but I mean, I probably will try to vote once I'm done.
I'm gonna vote today as well. So I'm just gonna go down to the Elk Lodge after this. I'm just gonna put in my vote. Yeah.
Awesome. And is it cool to just kind of see how the community shows up for something like this? I've heard that there hasn't been super high turnout, but is it still neat to get to chat with folks that you might not have otherwise?
Yeah, it's interesting. Meeting new people is always fun. It's enjoyable, and it's not very active right now, but I'm assuming later it might get a little more exciting.
Yeah, especially someone who's not even been here a full year. It's nice seeing some of the community, and there's a lot of meeting people I haven't seen before.
Yeah, there hasn't been that many people. Around 470 have come in to vote, and I was honestly expecting more people to come in. I heard that our friend over there checked in around 1,000 people last time, which was pretty cool, but yeah, not that busy.
Would you guys help out at a polling place like this again?
That's honestly, I'm not really sure. I kind of took this on a whim. But I'm not opposed to it either. I kind of just have to see where I am if I would feel like it.
I'd say I would. It's a unique experience. It's interesting. You get to meet new people, like I said earlier, and yeah, I wouldn't be against it. I probably will in the future.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Here, have this.
Anything else? You don't have to. You don't want to.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you very much, Fabiola.
Of course. Would you mind letting us know what your name is?
Yes, my name's Robin Lloyd. Should I look over there or not?
Either way is okay.
Either way,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So why did you come out to vote today, and why is voting important to you?
Well, it just feels like some sort of sacred act of being a citizen, and here in Burlington, we really pay attention to it, and we have elections where there are issues that distinguish the candidates, and so I'm very much in support of the progressive candidate for city council.
Speaking of candidates, are there any particular that stood out to you that you believe will represent the issues that are important to you?
Well, yes, I think Kathy Olwick. I've been hoping to meet her face to face, but it hasn't happened yet. She represents what I support. She's a teacher and comes from the community, and of course the issue that's been on the social media about wearing kafafas, the Palestinian shawls, came up, and that's an issue that divides the two candidates, because Ali is very much a supporter of Israel.
Wow. Okay. Are there any particular issues on the ballot that sparked your interest or that you have questions on? Like, for example, what are your thoughts on the proposed school budget? Are you in favor of it?
Well, I voted yes to all of the budget issues, and for the school budget, yes, and for water, yes. I mean, it seems to me that the city council has mulled over these issues, and they're putting them before us, and I respect their choices, so I just voted yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
Well, No, I guess it's a beautiful day, but cloudy. But we're all trying to get through it, and yeah, nothing more to say.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's always good seeing you, Robin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to invite you over about the Africa Day thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you.
Robin, where are you parked?
I walked here.
What it is, cuz? I'm on TV, cuz. Yeah, we made it, nigga. I'm suing McDonald's, too. Yeah, we on one. So, woo, and motherfucking that, too. Motherfucker, what?
Okay, let's go. You want me to interview? Yep. Okay. And I'll give you... I didn't finish Robin's, but I'll finish hers later.
And I got my purple from my granny. Yesterday, my granny's anniversary of my grandma's death.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry.
I love my granny.
Aww.
She died in King's Crossing.
I'm so sorry. It's horrible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Yeah. Okay. Let me know. Let me know when you're ready.
Is it my tea shower?
It's good. Okay. Yeah. You're good. Good. Hi, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good, ma'am. How are you?
Good, thank you. Would you like to share with us your name very quickly?
My name is Devin Alexander Barkley.
Devin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
So, why did you come out to vote and why is voting important to you?
Well, I came out to vote today because my dad was a Vietnam vet and I have a lot of money. My uncle sent me on a treasure hunt to find some goddamn money. I cussed him the fuck out and told him to wipe his old ass with the money. I was gonna kick his motherfucking dog and he cried like a little bitch. And he said, I'll give you your money if you go vote. So I came and voted.
Okay.
I see how many digits is in $20 million. So when I sue McDonald's, I'm telling them I want a 10-digit number. You're gonna have to edit this stuff out. No, you're gonna have to edit this stuff out. But yeah, but it's important to vote because I have a daughter here, and you gotta have. It takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It takes a village.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So, is there any particular issues on the ballot that spoke to you? For example, the school budget. What are your thoughts on that? Is 14
school budgets? I think the school budget go all the way. It's all about the kids, man. All about the kids, man.
Yeah.
Trick love the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? They call me Boo Double O. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How
I
are
like
you?
that jacket, girl.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
girl.
And as far as candidates, is there any particular candidates that you're rooting for, or?
Miss Kathy O'Well, is that her name? Yes. Yeah, that's who has been the same thing since '94, so that's how it should go. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing to it but to do it. Don't change nothing. You ain't think, why you trying to change things? You want. I ain't playing no game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't change a goddamn thing.
Yeah. So is there anything else you'd like to share with us with our crew here?
No, man, I love VT. Smoke some weed, goddamn it. Get high as a motherfucker, God. Smoke the weed. Smoke the weed.
Thank you.
Smoke the weed.
Well, thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming out and voting.
Smoke the weed. I did it, Chaos. Yeah, I got a lesbian sister. Chaos. What's up, blood? What it is, blood? What it do, blood?
Thank you for interviewing with us. I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah. We have, if you want to watch the results of the election as well as potentially you being on TV, you can follow us on this. Yeah. Just put your phone to
both of y'all phone number? Both of y'all.
Sorry, I don't get it out.
Where can I reach y'all at?
We'll be tonight. There is going to be.
What are gonna be tonight?
There is so the candidates will be meeting at the studio where the station is located, and we might be there too.
You might be there too.
Yeah.
Sure. Where's that gonna be?
It's on 294. Is the address on there? We've changed locations. We're at the East District now, here at the Fletcher Free Library. Should we keep that or start over?
That's good.
That's good? I feel like I mumbled. I wouldn't mind doing it over.
Good.
Okay. All right. Hi there. We've changed locations. We're now at the East District here at the Fletcher Free Library. Perfect.
Your name and how to spell it.
Hi.
Alright.
I don't know if I press record correctly, but I hope I did.
It looks like you were because you hit the button and the numbers stopped running.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Good.
Looks good.
I was scared that I didn't. Did you guys choose name?
May.
May.
I didn't give a last name, but oh well.
And one of the things he responded was he supports.
Hey, team.
Hey, you're back.
I'm back.
You missed one particular citizen, and he was a little bit on the wild side. He was swearing. He was like, "Yo, what up?" He was dancing towards at the end, so I didn't know what to do. It was.
Oh, that's a cool setup right there.
Oh, thanks, man. Have you ever used a gimbal?
Yeah, not too often, but a few times. Yeah.
I got one of those DJI cranes.
Oh, right on.
Because I do like music videos a lot.
Yeah, super.
So those things are crazy. I'm surprised I don't see more people with them.
It just depends on like if you want the setup and be willing to just like deal with it when it goes down. But they're pretty slick.
Oh yeah.
They're getting more. They're like cheaper now too. You can like actually afford them.
Oh yeah. I think the crane I bought, it's about like this big. Yeah. Fucking flips your body too.
Yeah.
It's like $300.
Yeah. Insane.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It makes it possible for anybody to do like movie directing.
Yeah, I know. You have a good day.
Stuff about like disabled renters having notice and fair treatment and whatever.
Yay. How you all doing?
Pretty good.
It's like I've already froze myself like 3 times.
Oh
so
my
like
gosh.
now I'm like, I think after you freeze and warm up like once or twice, I'm like okay.
You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm all right now.
We lost Travis to the person he was talking with. The bus came and just drove by.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, he's back.
you
So he was giving her a ride to work.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. See? This is what I'm talking about. This type of leadership.
That's Samaritan citizenship right there.
Taking care of somebody who missed the bus.
Yeah, duh. You know how many times I've missed the bus?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it feels humiliating.
Yeah.
And like everything. So I was like, no, come on.
Especially like going to work. That
3.
sucks.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should leave. Did we get an intro?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for helping me when I've been slacking. Nice job. Thank you. I got all distracted talking about community. I mean, that's what we're here for,
Yeah.
to build community.
You should have recorded that conversation. That's okay.
You can skip the media for the community.
All right, let's do it. We have one more place to visit, and then we're good to go. I'll take the camera. Yes, of course. We love Charlie. Hello. Good morning. I'm here with
Deborah Kraft.
Awesome. So what brought you out to vote today?
I think it's really important to show up locally. It's been easy to feel very hopeless and helpless with the state of the world, and I feel like you can have the most impact if you know what's going on in your community.
And so the Burlington ballot had a lot of items on it. What on the ballot really stuck out to you, or even if it was nothing? What was it?
Yeah. So there were the 3 questions about bonds for the city, and I know it's hard to vote for things that you know are probably going to lead to higher taxes, higher rent prices, but the fact is we won't have a functioning city if we don't have functioning infrastructure. So having the ability to approve like drinking water projects feels really important, even if it will be a strain financially potentially.
Yeah, it's like an intergenerational investment. Do you feel like now is a good time to ask for these bond questions, or do you think that this should have been pushed off in the future?
I think there's no time like the present. It's only going to get more expensive, and the need's only going to get greater as infrastructure continues to age.
And now we're also in one of the districts with the contested city council race. What were your feelings about leading into that? Do you feel like you got to learn both candidates well, or did one stick out to you, or do you feel like one's going to really fight for what you need?
Yeah, I'm totally Team Kathy for my district. I read a little bit about both candidates, and I just felt like Kathy had a super humane approach and had a lot of years of activism in her past, and was just really on the same page with me about a lot of the things that I'm seeing happening in the city.
Well, amazing. Thank you so much for being with me. Nice to meet you.
Have a good one.
Thank you. And would you want to be interviewed as well? All right, and I'm here with
Lisa Schofield.
Amazing. Nice to meet you. Why'd you come out to vote today?
I'm very concerned about the condition of the lake, and so I voted for bonds that would contribute to keeping the lake as clean as, or clean it up as it can be.
Yes, so now there was 2 water bonds on the ballot. Do you feel like you had a lot of information before voting on what specifically those bonds were for?
Yes, I read the missives from the mayor, and I also keep up with what's happening in Burlington. So I feel I had a lot of information going into this. I feel it's very important to plan for the future, too. And I know that a lot of people are struggling. It will be difficult. But per person, the investment is well worth it, I feel.
And have you had a chance to go to the wastewater treatment facility on Main Street at all, or they're doing tours sometime?
Yes, I would like to. I haven't been to that one, but I've been to wastewater treatment plants before in New England, and I know how important they are. They're not on everybody's top of their minds, but they're something that we need every single minute of the day.
Yeah, for sure. Were there any other ballot items that stuck out to you besides the capital bonds, the water bonds, and that kind of stuff?
Certainly the firearms issue is important to all of us, so I voted for that. I think it's very important to not mix alcohol and firearms in a closed area, or any area for that matter, so I did vote for that.
Yeah, it seems like a kind of a no-brainer, right? But and then lastly, we have the contested East District City Council race, which is one of 2-ish contested races here in the city. What were your thoughts on that? Did you get to learn a lot about each candidate, or was there more that you wanted to learn?
No, I keep up with it. I thought there were 2 very good candidates. I am, as the previous interviewee said, Team Kathy. I thought she had a depth of experience that I could identify with, and I could identify her as someone who would put her all into it. But I think they're 2 very good candidates.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and it was very lovely meeting you.
Yeah, thank you for doing this.
I hope you stay warm today.
I think this kind of local TV is very important.
Yes, and if you want to catch us tonight, potentially... Hello. We are at Mater Christi School here in the East District. We're going to be asking voters about what their opinions are here. Hopefully, there seems to be a lot of people, so hopefully we can get a few interviews and some varying comments. Hi, I'm Travis, and I'm here with...
Hi, Henry Swayze.
Oh, nice to meet you, Henry. Why'd you come out to vote today?
Voting is democracy, and voting is community, and we need both.
Yeah, for sure. Was there anything on the ballot that really stuck out to you? I know we had multiple bond votes, we had a couple charter changes. Anything in particular?
I think that the people who are managing those things and putting them together have done a good job, and I support them in doing that. So the only question was where we had 2 people running against one another, and which way do you jump on that one. But everything else, as far as I was concerned, was let's give it a thumbs up.
Amazing. And did you feel like you had enough information when you were looking through the ballot items? Like, I know we had the wastewater stormwater bond and the drinking water bond. Do you feel like you had enough information before making your decision?
The devil's always in the detail. And I felt the ballot outlined it. But if you really wanted to get in and understand it, I realized it would take a pretty deep dig to figure out whether there was anything flawed in that thinking, and that's where I am feeling that the people who have put those things together have put a lot of effort into it, and I respect that, and so can positively support them.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and it was very nice meeting you. I hope you stay warm today.
You're out here permanently.
If you want to step in, yeah. I can bring you up, so you just want to go on. Alrighty, perfect. There we go. Looking great.
Hi. Yes.
Alright. Can I get your name and spelling?
Yes. My name's Emily Anderson. EMILYANDERSON.
And so, what brought you out today?
Well, I've lived in Vermont for 36 years, and I love, excuse me, Town Meeting Day. And even though I've had my absentee ballot sitting there waiting, I basically always want to come in person and vote. I believe A, in voting, B, in women voting, and C, voting in Vermont, I guess, voting in the world. Democracy. I believe in democracy.
Why vote in person when you have a ballot at home?
I think, I don't know, it sits there and I don't even think of it as an option. I think we had to do it during COVID, and certainly that could make it easier, but for some reason, I don't even think about it. I want to come, I want to walk up and see, whoever's standing outside and wave at them. And I used to be all about the bake sale, but I guess I'm about people coming together.
And are there any candidates on the ballot that you're excited about this year?
I think I'm excited about. There's no one I'm not excited about. I think both Buddy and Jen are great candidates, and I'm excited they're running. And it's big for us to have a new city council person in the role they're filling. So I think that's exciting. I don't know if this is a new role for Michael Healy, but I always see him walking around, and I know he's a big. I believe in his politics and the way he thinks about things, so I'm glad he's on the ballot. And then there are all these amazing initiatives for the city, so I feel very positive about them.
Can you tell me a bit about the initiatives? Are they like the questions?
Yes. What are they called? They're I forget what they're called. There's the wastewater. Right. Yes.
Are there any that you're particularly...
I think both of those are very important. We do have to keep thinking of how Burlington is growing, and so we do need to make some big changes in our system. So I think that's very important. It's very foundational. We don't want to be building things in areas that things are going to fall apart, or it's sound. It's a sound decision, and I hope it passes. And I don't want guns in bars anyways. I don't ever think about them being there, but apparently they are there. So I don't want, let's not mix guns and alcohol.
Is there anything else you have to say?
I don't think so. I love the Secretary of State's initiative with the kids making their own Freedom and Unity, or I guess one student took Freedom and Unity, but taking that, exciting opportunity to let people know I voted. So I love wearing the students' work. Yeah.
Great.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
You are very welcome.
Dropped your
I dropped my berries.
Oh, yes.
You all get berries.
Thank
This is
you.
your first one?
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Can show the camera.
Thank you. You all get different
Very
ones.
Beautiful, everything about you. Yes.
Let me give you the card for the show happening tonight as well.
Not
Okay,
quite as
we'll
cool
tune
as a
in.
fairy.
All right,
See,
excellent.
maybe have another moment or two. And if you have any, email me if you have any questions you want me to ask the mayor while she's
Oh,
there. Is that-
okay, good. Okay, well, that gives us a goal.
Yeah, I'm taking all questions, and I only get asked 3.
I would have done my hair first. You have to do it. Come on now.
That's why I cut all mine off. I don't have to worry about that. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too.
Hi, I'm Fabiola.
And I'm Jay.
And we're doing Exit Voices at the South District here at the Burlington Electric.
Yeah, it's town meeting day. We're here to talk to people and see what brought them out, how they feel about the issues on the ballot, and yeah.
Okay. Hi, please tell us your name.
My name is Sarah Alexander.
Great to see you out here today. Why did you come out to vote, and why is it important to you?
Voting is very important to me. I love Burlington. I love our Vermont has town meeting day. I've lived here on and off for probably the last 15 years. I left for a bit, but I'm passionate about this community and believe that we got to show up and vote.
That's awesome. Was there any particular initiatives on the ballot that spoke to you and was important? Like, for example, the firearms. What do you think about that and not allowing firearms in places that serve alcohol?
So I voted yes to ban firearms in bars that serve and restaurants that serve alcohol and have that liquor license in Burlington. I think it speaks for itself. I think we don't need dangerous weapons in places where people might be inebriated or have, less judgment in those moments. So that felt like a very clear and obvious yes for me.
That's good. Is there any particular candidates that stood out that you think will have some strong leadership that can lead our city council?
So I did vote yes for Jen for the city council seat for Ward 5, the progressive candidate. I also really like Buddy. I think they would both be great. I think for me, Jen came and knocked on our door and actually spoke to us on Sunday. So that meant a lot and really took time, came into our home and answered our questions and just told us a little bit about herself and the policies and what she'll do. And I'd like to see her support Emma. I'm a big Emma fan. I voted for Emma for mayor. But I like Buddy also. I think they're both great choices, but today I voted for Jen.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Have a good one.
Want it.
I can pause it.
Can I get your name and the spelling?
Lydia Slauson, Lydia Slauson.
Great. And what brings you out to vote today?
I vote in every election.
And is there a reason you go for every election?
I think everyone should vote. I think that, that's part of being in a democracy is having a voice. And if everyone cast a vote, I think that we'd be in a very different place in this country. So I wish more people would do it.
So are there any policies you're particularly interested in this election on the ballot?
Well, I really wanted to get out and support Buddy Singh. He's a neighbor, and my kids go to school with his kids. He's the head of our PTO, and he's just a really wonderful guy. And he's just really calm and kind and open-minded, and he's just been a really active member here in Burlington. So I was really excited to support him. Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on the wastewater?
Yeah, I mean, I know that's one of those it's like an unsexy thing, right? I did watch a YouTube last night about it. It was quite long explaining it, and it's one of those things that I think we have to tackle and handle appropriately. I know Burlington doesn't have, we don't want our taxes to go up. I think that we've been bearing pretty high tax burden, but it's one of those things where, in the grand scheme of things, I look at my monthly bill, I think, okay, I can handle that. I'm happy to
pay a little bit more to improve that infrastructure. So I try to look at it on a micro scale, but yeah.
Is there anything else you want to share?
No, I hope more people get out and vote in our city.
Great. You killed it.
I haven't looked in my mirror yet this morning.
You're fine.
I have no clue what this looks like.
All right. Can I get your name and how you spell it?
Sure, Michael Monte, Monte is the last name.
And what brought you out today?
It's town meeting day, so you got to vote on town meeting day for sure. I usually mail in a ballot, but this year it was a complicated ballot, and I needed to think more about it and a little longer. So I came to vote.
So on the ballot there was a question about city funding. Did you have any strong feelings about it?
Well, most of the funds were for things like infrastructure, and I'm a real supporter of public infrastructure. And so I voted for those items. I thought it's critical for a city to do that part of what needs to be done in order for us to have housing or economic development or parks or recreation or anything. You need to have good, sidewalks and sewers and water and all that. So that was all on the ballot. I was supportive of that.
There was also the school funding budget. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I have grandkids in school, so yeah, supported schools. I've been supporting schools for a couple of decades now, for sure. Yeah.
And do you have anything else you want to add?
No, it's great. It's great to be on Town Meeting TV, and it's great to be voting here in Ward 5.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. All right.
So what are we saying? Are we repeating our names again?
Hello, we are now at the Edmonds School, which is Fabiola's not district. We were already in this district. Your voting location.
Yes. I went to school here, so I'm excited to be here and see who's out here to talk with us on their voting experience. So, okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
May I have your name and the spelling of it, please?
Yes, Claire, ClareWool. Claire Wool.
And why did you come out to vote, or why is voting important to you?
Voting is super important. Your vote is your voice. As chairwoman of the Burlington School Board for the past 8 years, I feel that it's really important to engage not only online but in person with voters and the citizens of Burlington and share your commitment, my commitment to the Burlington Public School District and passing the school budget every year.
Yeah. And speaking of the school budget, what are your thoughts on the proposed school budget this year? Do you think 14.6K is enough to teach a student? What are your thoughts on what they proposed?
Thank you for your facts. Yes, so our per pupil spending, we are very grateful for the state of Vermont to have passed Act 127, which is a law this is its second year in existence that gives weighted per pupil, basically corrected the weights and made them more equitable. So we do believe that our investment and citizens of Burlington, their investment in our per pupil spending is equitable. And yes, the factors that go into our spending and our budget, healthcare costs are our largest investment, our personnel and our teachers and our staff. And so I really would call upon the state and our state leaders to address the rising healthcare costs. It's been double digits for the last 3 years, and it's not sustainable.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, I just really appreciate your covering Town Meeting Day. Coverage is critical to the citizens of Burlington, and I'm so appreciative that you're out here speaking to voters and to candidates and someone like myself to allow local journalism to exist in Burlington. So we're grateful for your coverage of the Town Meeting Day.
Thank you so much. It's absolutely needed. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Hi, good morning. What is your name and what is the spelling of your name?
Alex Halpern, Halpern.
So why did you come out to vote today, and why is voting important to you?
Because it's the voice of the people, so I think it's very important to vote. I always vote. Yeah.
Awesome. Was there any particular initiatives on the ballot that stuck out to you?
I think this year, there usually is. This year, the big ones is just big money with the water and mainly the water. Otherwise, I thought it was a positive move.
Are you concerned or worried at all about the tax increase?
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of big projects going on in the city, so quite concerned about that. With the school and the water, and now potentially more tariffs and things. So sure, it's absolutely a concern.
And any candidates that you're rooting for or that you think will represent some of the issues that are important to you?
I had Buddy called me up directly ahead of the election and had a great conversation with him, so I've got high hopes for that, so I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, thank you for getting the message out, and I like the new accessible entrance to the voting area. That's great.
It's very important. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
What news channel?
Town Meeting TV.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, we're public access. We're located in the Old North End. If you haven't been there yet, come check us out. We're open for everyone.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of funny
Hi, so good morning. Please let us know your names and the spelling of it.
My name is Rebecca Graham. That's Rebecca Rebecca, and then Graham Graham.
Hi, I'm Lila Loeb, Leila Loeb, E as in Edward, B as in boy.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So why did you guys come out to vote today, and why is it important for you that you do so in person?
I think it's important to vote just to make your voice heard. I think as individuals, this is the way we can really make an impact on our community. A friend encouraged me to vote, so I came out here today.
That's awesome.
I mean, what she said, I really care about this city. I've had a good 4 years here, so I want to do my part to make it better.
That's awesome. Is there any particular issues, initiatives on the ballot that stuck out to you that you'd like to share with us about?
For me, I don't know if it was on the ballot, but I really want to see more infrastructure in Burlington. I know we had that big pit in the middle of the city, so I'm glad to see that there's finally stuff being built there, especially with the roads, the sidewalks, just really infrastructure is big for me.
Yeah, seeing regulations on landlords and making sure people can't just terminate rent or raise it randomly, that was really important.
Right.
I don't know if I'll live here in the future, but if I do, I definitely want to make sure that rent can be stable.
Great, awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, thank you for interviewing us. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you too.
Thank you, y'all. Stay warm.
All right.
Good morning.
Whenever you're ready.
Sounds good. This good audio-wise?
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, Vermont. My name is Laszlo Snyder. I'm here with Town Meeting TV. It is 7:50 a.m., March 4th, 2025. We're here at Essex Middle School, and we're here to talk to some voters, ask them their opinions on stuff. So, yeah.
Where are you going?
Where's Smile?
Cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah, and you.
And you. Beautiful. What's in this sign?
Right here. I'm from Burlington. Yeah, we're both UVM students. Yeah.
Oh, great. Excellent. Are you guys still in school? Or?
I am, yeah, both of us are.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
All right. Check, check. All good? All right. I'm here with Shannon Jackson. Shannon, what brought you out to vote today?
Well, thank you so much. I'm excited to be running for select board here at Essex, and it's a beautiful day to come out and vote. So I've been here since 7 o'clock. I'll be here till 7 o'clock. Really excited to meet with the voters and hopefully have their support.
So one major ballot item was the budget for Essex. Do you feel that was, a responsible allocation of funds this year?
Yeah, I think the select board and the town staff did a great job really putting that together. The one thing that I took issue with is that they actually separated out the human services aspect, which is a 1% that's always been included since 1987 in the budget.
Yeah.
I think the budget should be voted on as a single thing, a single entity, not line item by line item and different things. So I'm hopeful that both pass, both I think it's a $16 million budget as well as a 160,000 human services aspect. I'm hopeful that both will pass, but it's that 1% that was pulled out is the most vulnerable populations, organizations that get it, and something I think is very important for our town, and something that we've had as a priority that we're helping the food shelves and the libraries and the things like that. I always get nervous when you have votes such as this where you take certain things out and it's almost like two different steps to get across the finish line rather than one.
Sure.
So I'm hopeful that both pass. I think that it's a very responsible budget. A great presentation last night by the select board in which they went through all the different things they had to the unavoidable costs that rose that they still were able to try to keep costs for the town members as low as possible. So fingers crossed it passes because there's a lot of things in there we need.
Great, thank you. And with that 1% allocation going towards human services, are there any particular social services that you would like to see prioritized with that?
Yeah, great question. There's a list, if you look at what they've gone to in the past, I think it's like 24 different organizations. The big thing, and I talked to a couple of the members on the board, that it's important that the money stays in Essex because I think that this is our budget, this is our voters that are using a 1% of their entire budget to support people in our community. And I think it's important when you look at the organizations such as giving money to COTS. COTS is a great organization, but I'd like to know how much, if we were going to donate to them, of that money would go to people that are receiving services in Essex. If we gave money directly to Aunt Dot's, 100% of that is helping people here because that's a food shelf in our community. If you give to Essex Chips, we know that it's helping the youth of the Essex Junction. So I think it's just important when we look at the organizations that do receive that 1%, that it is going to people that we are in our community.
Great. And is there anything else you'd like to add?
So it's a beautiful day. There's no excuses today about it's too cold or if it's snowing or raining or sleeting or snowing. Come out and vote. I'll be here. They've got donuts inside. It's a wonderful, easy, quick way to. The polls have been going pretty quick today. I really do encourage people to come out and vote, and hope to see you and shake your hand.
Great. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you so much. What was your name?
I'm Laszlo.
You ready to go? Sweet.
Ready to go? Good. All right. I'm here with Heather, and we are here in Essex, Vermont. Heather, what brought you out to vote this morning?
It's what I get to do when citizens are called upon.
I like that answer. All right, so kind of one of the main budget ballot items this year was, of course, the budget. Do you feel that the $16 million number was, responsible, budget?
I think it's a little inflated.
Okay.
With everything that is being increased time and time again, I think that they can cut it a lot more.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And the other major ballot item was the appropriation of 1% towards social services. Do you think that was a reasonable appropriation?
So I believe that the question was more than just social services. And when looking at the entire question, I didn't vote positively for that.
Okay. Yeah. And how did you feel about the candidates that were running this year? Did you feel you were able to adequately connect with the candidates, have your questions heard and hear from them?
I don't believe that I was able to hear directly from them face to face, nor did I have enough information to make a decision on who to vote for.
Okay.
Without
Okay.
having.
Sorry.
That's okay. Without having more information to go to vote on. So yeah.
Great. And is there anything else you'd like to add?
I just want you guys to have a nice day and stay warm.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
participating.
Thank
and,
you.
Hope you have a great day.
You too. Thanks.
Right. Who's up?
I mean, we can redo it if you want.
That's not a big deal. All right. Here we go.
Good for you. Better than yesterday.
That's right.
All right.
All set?
We are.
Excellent. Well, I'm here with. Oh, is this good? Sorry. I'm here with Sharon this morning. Sharon, is there anything in particular that brought you out to vote this morning?
The budget's important to me. I mean, it always is. I vote every year, and that's about it, I'm afraid.
That's a good answer. So, on that note, the budget, obviously one of two main ballot items here in Essex, $16.3 million approximately. Do you think that was a responsible budget for the year?
I guess so. I mean, but a 3% increase still is a lot when you consider how large the budget is overall, and with the school budget, it's going to be a bit of a burden on people. And I do have one complaint. If you look at the articles on the that we had to vote on, they were all incredibly vague. I don't know if you all saw them. They were so vague that if you didn't have them explained by someone else, you wouldn't even know what you were voting on. I mean, I found them very confusing.
All right, and then so the other major ballot item was the appropriation of 1% of the budget towards the social services fund. Did you think that was responsible?
Absolutely. I voted yes for that because that helps a lot of underprivileged people in the community, and it's worth paying the taxes for that.
Absolutely. And then is there any particular social services you would like to see that, going towards, any priority services?
Well, I think people need meals, so I think it's important to help places like, I don't know if it does, Aunt Dot's and things like that.
Okay, thank you. And then did you feel you were able to, connect with the candidates that were running, make your questions heard?
Yes. There he is, right
yeah.
there. No.
He's gonna keep it.
I've met Shannon before, and so did connect.
Thank you. And then anything else you'd like to add?
I would not.
Great. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and thanks for participating.
Thank you.
Morning. How you doing? That was fast.
Parent-teacher conferences, wrong door.
Oh, sorry.
Oops.
the buses.
Yeah, no problem. That's kind of smart planning.
Parent teacher.
Yeah, it's 8:25.
Morning. Have a good day, guys.
See, I took the picture at the time just showing the sign. Logan was like, "Good morning." But your face is perfect in that.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Yeah.
It's a piercing blue eyes. Nice.
Yeah.
All set? All right. Sorry, one more time your name. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Nicole Senior.
Nicole. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'm here with Nicole. Did anything in particular bring you out to vote on this morning?
Nothing particular on the ballot, but I just really believe in voting and civic engagement. And that's something I want to teach my kiddos. So yesterday when we came to the meeting, my little one said, "Are we here to vote, Mommy?" And that's winning to me. So just being engaged is important.
Thank you. And then, so yeah, one of the first of two major ballot items was, the budget, approximately $16.3 million. Do you think that was, a responsible number?
I do. I read through the town report a little bit more yesterday, and I think it's pretty clear that our town leaders are being really thoughtful about, how much they're investing and what they're investing. The full audit report is in there, so I felt good about voting for it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the second major ballot item was, the appropriation of 1% of the budget towards towards the social services fund, right? Do you think that was, a good allocation of resources?
I do. I am the director of Milton Family Community Center, so it's a local nonprofit parent-child center in the area. And I really see on the back end what we do with a relatively small percentage of funds from town and state money to support the community. And also as a mom of two, I use a lot of those funds for different programs. So I really believe in that commitment. And again, I think it's relatively small for what we are able to do with it. So, yeah.
Great. In terms of the candidates running this year, did you feel you were able to adequately, engage with the candidates, make your, opinions heard and hear from them?
Sure. I didn't do a whole lot extra to do that, but there's one of them behind us, so I know they're out there.
Great. And then is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, thanks for being out here today.
Thank you so much for voting, and thanks for participating with Town Meeting TV.
Yeah, for
Have
sure.
a great day.
Yeah, thank you both.
Thank you.
So cute.
Stay warm. Stay clean.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Good morning. Noon, spelled Y-O-O-N.
And first name's Jenny?
Yes.
And Brooke? On the side of Ballot? And the pencil? Try this. Thank you.
See, look. Yeah. Figure it out. Like that.
Perfect. Great. Thanks. Okay, each pick one thing.
You not vote.
I did just vote. Yeah.
I don't know.
One thing.
I don't know what I
I
want.
said and donated. All right. Well, I'll pick something.
Okay,
for
I'll get a pretzel, Chloe. That'll make you happy.
Where do you want cream roll? All right. He got a pretzel. Let's go.
Actually, I do want pretzel. Look at that.
No, you get one thing.
No. I get 5 things.
No, that's not what I said.
But that's what the sign says.
I said I was getting you one thing and then you're donating the rest of the money.
But that's what the sign says.
I'll pay you back.
Nope, put them back.
I'll pay you back
Let's
a dollar.
You have dollars?
No, it's fine. There. That's what gets a
I can see where it is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Noah. Oh, from no, from. Wait. You weren't there, never mind. That was the other one. The second one.
And it's RUBY?
Yeah.
See, I don't have you.
Is there another voting location in Essex?
Are you Essex Junction or Essex? This is Essex Town. The junction is that down at the fairgrounds?
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Oh, where'd you get those?
Oh,
Ithaca?
in my Ithaca travels. I was looking for them.
Oh,
I'm
yum.
gonna get that bill for you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
You too. Framed up front and center. And then we will be good to go. All set?
All set.
All right. I'm here with Liz. Liz, did anything in particular bring you out to vote this fine morning?
I'm a regular voter. I vote every election on all the issues, and I just think it's really important to stay engaged locally on what's happening in our towns around the state, especially right now. There's a lot going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, the one of the main ballot items this year was, you know, the budget. Approximately $16.3 million. Do you think that was, you know, a responsible number?
I do. Yep, I do. I'm pleased with the work they did, and it's a tremendous amount of work that goes into getting those numbers. And I think they were responsive to the electorate and did a good job of building the budget.
Great. And then, you know, the other major ballot item was, you know, the appropriation 1% of the general budget towards human services.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that appropriation?
I do. I really do. I appreciate the attempt to take it out of the general budget to just. But I think those social services are
critical, especially in the world that we're living in right now. It's really important to have some money to pay for those social services and give people what they need.
Are there any particular social services you'd like to see prioritized with that funding?
Well, frankly, I'm really worried about the federal and the national scene, and so I think it's real that a lot of our protections are in jeopardy right now, and so I think the best that we can do for especially mental health services and food insecurity are really important for the communities that we're trying to serve.
Great, thank you. And as far as the candidates went, did you feel that you were able to adequately connect with them? Were you able to have your voice heard or, hear from them on the issues?
Honestly, I didn't reach out to them. I think the town did a good job of providing information on the website on what I needed. I got from the annual report and from paying attention to some of the meetings that as they were going on. So, yeah, I feel good about where we are and hope that the budget passes.
Great. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's it. I love town meeting day. I love being a Vermonter and getting to weigh in and knowing a bit about these local issues and how we can work together to make the world a better place. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
hope you have a great day.
Yeah. You too. Take care.
Guys.
Good morning.
I like that bright jacket.
Thank you. See you coming. Interested in a quick 1 or 2 minute interview about Town Meeting Day?
No, I just came to buy.
Oh, there you go.
Support the 8th grade class.
There you go. It's like a EMS bake sale. Yeah.
You weren't there when I voted. I'll go back in.
You will.
I'll do my lunch and dinner and
See, cookies.
Tell me the free cash.
morning, guys. Guys. Morning, guys.
I can see that.
Morning.
Hi.
And
How we doing?
let me get you framed up. We'll be good to go. All set? All right. Morning. I'm here with Hannah. Did anything in particular bring you out to vote this morning?
I'm just doing my civic duty.
Thank you. One of the major ballot items for this vote was, the budget, approximately $16.3 million. Do you think that was a responsible number?
Yes. Yeah, I voted for the budget. I think that we need to spend more on our municipal services. And I know that that's sometimes a hard pill to swallow, but everything is more expensive these days. And I am very supportive of local government.
Yeah. The other, kind of major component was the appropriation, 1% going from the general fund towards the human services fund. Do you think that was a reasonable appropriation?
Yes, I think that given that the state is losing money from lack of federal government support and other fiscal impacts, I think that yes, that's a very reasonable request of the voters.
And with that appropriation, are there any particular social services you'd like to see prioritized with that funding?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't have anything in particular. I don't have kids, so I'm not as plugged into what the services are that are currently being provided through the different departments. But again, I think that the more services that can be provided to the rest of the community, the better.
Great. Not super contentious elections with this town meeting day, but as far as the candidates that did run, did you find you were able to connect with them well? Hear what their platforms were, have your voice heard by them?
I actually did not. I did not get any information about any of the candidates that were on the ballot this year.
Great. And is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just hope everybody's coming out to vote. It's really important, and thanks for what you guys are doing.
Thank you, Hannah, for being interviewed, and thank you for voting.
Yeah, of course.
Hope you have a great day.
You too.
Should we film an outro here? Oh, sorry.
Where'd you put your teacher? Oh, good job.
Oh wow, what do you got there? Like that lupus?
All right.
Great. We've heard some great answers from Essex voters about their opinions on the local budget and on appropriations towards social services. And now we'll be heading to Winooski to talk with more voters. All right.
It does after. So originally it was to get a ballot measure at this town meeting day, but it started a little too late so they just reached the threshold to get contact information to provide updates. Yeah. As of now, yes. But there are
If you wanted to make your discussion to be having that happen.
select board. Some of them. I think
Oh man.
Smile.
Go vote.
Come out and vote.
Come out and vote. I don't know if we're B-roll or recording.
We're B-roll, but
B-roll, so.
You could say anything. You could say something crazy.
Man, Laszlo has the best name in the world.
Hot takes, guys.
You guys film with.
Town Meeting TV.
Town Meeting TV. Nice. Sorry. I'm just gonna. Didn't mean to.
He's a warning.
We're here at the Winooski Senior Center in Winooski, Vermont, hoping to talk with some voters about why they're voting today on Town Meeting Day, any thoughts they have on local ballot items such as the apartheid-free community ballot item, just cause evictions, the school budget, and generally what brought them out to vote today. Looking forward to talking with some voters. Nice to talk with you, Shannon. What brought you out to vote today in general?
I think local politics are really important. I think your vote might not have a big impact on the national stage all the time, but at the local level you do have a little bit more power there. So I think it's important to exercise that when you can.
Wonderful. There's a couple significant ballot items on Winooski's ballot this year. With regards to the Just Cause evictions ballot item, do you feel like that ballot item will provide necessary protections for Winooski renters?
I hope so. I think it's an important first step. There's a lot of issues with the housing market in Winooski and Vermont in general, but I think that Just Cause evictions is a great first step. So yeah.
Wonderful. Another significant ballot item this year is the apartheid-free community ballot item for Winooski. What would you say was the factor that influenced your decision the most when considering this ballot item?
I guess just my general moral beliefs on the issue. I don't know how big I think the impact is at such a small community level, but I'm still gonna say how I feel at whatever scale I can. So I don't know. I'm just voting with my morals, I guess.
Wonderful, thank you. There's a car behind us, but I think we're fine. We're not live or anything, so maybe we can cut around this. I don't know. We're talking about local elections. There are candidates sometimes that you hear about or don't hear about. Do you feel like you were able to learn enough about the local candidates on this race, in these races?
I tried. Definitely was a little bit tricky to find information on some. I definitely didn't spend as much time as I would have liked to looking into everyone, but at least for a couple there was information out there. I definitely would appreciate getting more info in the future, but yeah.
Great. Any other thoughts on your mind this town meeting day?
Not really.
Somewhere warm.
Yeah, gotta get somewhere warm, get to work.
All right, thanks so much, Shannon, for talking with us. Yeah,
thanks.
Take care.
I appreciate the work you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And things like that. It'll be quick. Gotcha. Logan will let us know when we're ready. All right, good to go. All right. Hi, Jay. Nice to meet you. What brought you out to vote today?
Being raised Jewish, I was always taught to recognize the suffering and the loss of life of the Palestinian people. I genuinely believe that the ballot of our city coming out here to support immigration population. Palestinians are Jewish people's brothers and sisters. We have occupied the same land for thousands of years, and I don't think that a declaration from the 1950s should inspire genocide against our brothers and sisters. Period.
Thank you for your thoughts. Yeah, the apartheid-free community ballot item, a significant one this year, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'd also like to point out that in my advocacy for this cause, I have gotten death threats online from various supporters of the Israeli regime, and my face being out there, maybe I'll get another, but it won't matter. That's what's right.
Another ballot item this year on the Winooski ballot relates to Just Cause evictions.
Yes.
Do you feel like this ballot item will provide necessary protections for Winooski renters?
Funny enough about that, I've actually helped multiple Winooski renters move out of their apartments after landlords have evicted them without a just cause, including the apartments over on Main Street run by Casella, the trash company. To wash money to a degree, they rent apartments as a landlord, and I firsthand have had to help move friends out of the exact thing we're voting against. Just cause should have one.
Are there any other general thoughts you have on town meeting day, things you're thinking about today?
As far as information for the items on the ballot, I wasn't able to find much on the Winooski website. On the way out, I was questioned about hey, where'd you get research for this? And I didn't find there were many resources for, further elaboration of the ballot. But yeah.
Thank you so much, Jay. Hope you stay warm today.
Will do. We'll be rolling these sleeves down. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
All right, you too.
with Diana, checking in after voting. Diana, what brought you out to vote today in general?
The apartheid thing, and also school budget. I think they need to watch their spending there. So that's something that always draws me out.
Some significant ballot items this year for Winooski. You mentioned the apartheid-free community ballot item. What factor influenced your decision the most?
I don't think we should be taking sides here. I don't think we should be, nothing against Israel. They're great people, and, so are the Palestinians. But that war has been going on over there for thousands and thousands of years, ever since, biblical times. So who are we to be taking a side and sending money to one side or the other? It's not like it's totally different than the Ukraine thing, but so I'm not taking sides, and I think we should stop sending money, and I think we should send aid, food, things that they both need to survive.
Thank you for your thoughts. Another ballot item on Winooski's ballot this year relates to just cause evictions. Do you have any thoughts on this ballot item? Do you feel like it'll impact availability or affordability of housing in Winooski?
All I remember is when I used to rent, I was a good tenant, and I used to get booted out of places because it was back when real estate was doing very well, and I'd move into a place, I'd be there close to a year, and I'd get booted out because we just sold this place, and then I moved to Shelburne, and the same thing happened, and then I moved back to Winooski, and it happened again, and it's like, come on. I took good care of the places, I was quiet, clean, paid my rent on time, and to keep getting booted out, I know what that was like. So I'm so glad to own finally and not have to deal with that. But now I deal with taxes, which is, I might get booted out because I can't afford Winooski's taxes. So I don't know.
Speaking of some local, you mentioned the school budget, and the school board has a contested election or a contested race for a 1-2-year term. Do you feel like you heard enough information about candidates to make a decision?
Everybody wants to spend too much money, and I didn't see a candidate I liked. I voted on the budget. I didn't vote on any of the candidates. So if we ever had a candidate who cared about money and spending and had good ways to give good education but cut back on the spending, I'd vote for them in a heartbeat.
Any other thoughts this town meeting day you'd like to share with us?
No, I don't have any other.
Stay warm today. Thanks so much for chatting with us. Yeah, thanks so much, Diana. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Coming through.
Right. Just turned 10 o'clock.
I guess I should.
I'll hold out hope.
We're all framed up. All right, we're ready. We're here with Josiah just after voting. Josiah, what brought you out to vote today in general?
Well, just in a very general sense, I think it's crucial that we vote. It's part of supporting a civic democracy, and if we don't vote, then we cede our power to others. So very generally.
Great, thank you. A couple significant ballot items this year for Winooski, one being a ballot item on just cause evictions. What are your general thoughts on this ballot item? Do you feel like it'll impact the availability or affordability of rental properties in Winooski?
I would certainly hope so. I think that we need more protections for tenants. I would say I'm both someone who I'd say experiences relative privilege in a variety of ways, and also even with that privilege, I've lived in Vermont for about 9 years now and had housing security throughout most of my time here. And so I have a lot of empathy and experience around that and have compassion for everyone. And I think we need to protect people's basic needs of housing. And I hope that it gets passed and that I think it has to be approved by the governor as well. So I hope that that happens as well. And that was certainly a big thing in getting me out here as well, raising more tenant protections and I guess also the motion on recognizing apartheid in Israel and speaking out more for Palestinians also was another thing that got me here.
One thing that we're talking with voters about is, their point of view on city governments or local governments taking stances on human rights issues kind of on an international stage. Do you have any thoughts on whether city governments, local governments should take stances on international issues like the apartheid-free community ballot item does?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I think that we can and should be taking ethical and or moral positions on our local world and the wider world around us. And so that makes sense to me, and it feels to me like elections and voting and speaking out at the sort of municipal level is maybe one of the most viable places we have left in absence of sane national politics. And so it's like, if we can make change and speak out at our local levels, then I think we need to.
Great, thank you for your thoughts. Any other thoughts on your mind this town meeting day you'd like to share?
I just hope that everyone gets out to vote and that we vote informed. So look up the issues and try to understand what we're supporting and support local governance, support our schools. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Josiah. Stay warm today.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Take care. Thank you all.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
You are all set. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Phil, like a sticker?
Sure, thanks.
Question about budget information if you have a minute.
Yeah. Did you just before voting today? Okay.
Thank you.
Let's try this one. All right, feed it right in and let's see what we got. You are good to go. Thank you.
There you go. That's great. Now your question about where to put budget information with you. Yeah, did you research the city budget?
Feed that in any way you like. Wait for the green check.
There's an old one. There's an old one.
You are all set.
Thank you.
Yes.
She's at the ball and she says, bye. She bought this one this year. After a while, she didn't just give it to me right off. She had to.
Well, there you go.
Okay, let me see if I can stand over here. Despite the cold weather, the windy cold weather, we've had some great conversations with voters in Winooski and Essex. Lots of conversation around ballot items, particularly in Winooski around the apartheid-free community ballot item, the just cause evictions ballot item, budgets, all the really important stuff. Lots of enthusiasm from voters about town meeting day and engaging in local democracy. Yeah, really happy to be out here. And what else? I kind of lost it. Yeah, I don't know how to like close it. What should I say to close it? Like, oh yeah, yeah. Thanks for watching the Oh. I think my face is going numb, so I can't speak. Thanks for watching the election coverage from Town Meeting TV. Things like that. It's short.
Awesome.
Hold on one second. Logan will let us know when we're... All right. Hi, Max. Thanks for chatting with us. What brought you out to vote today in general?
It's important to vote, specifically in local elections, because it's like the last bastion of true democracy, I feel like. And so, yeah, that's what brought me out here.
There are a couple significant ballot items on the Winooski ballot this year. One in particular, just cause evictions. Do you feel like this ballot item will provide necessary protections for Winooski renters?
Yeah, I think that just cause eviction is a necessary step in ensuring that housing is a more equitable feature of our society, and not being able to be kicked out based on a whim or desire to hike prices up above the acceptable quote-unquote rate of increase per year is really important. Just because you want to make the apartment nicer doesn't mean I lose my home.
Thanks for your thoughts. Another significant ballot item is on the apartheid-free community for Winooski. What was the biggest factor for you that influenced your decision on that ballot item?
I think that the liberation of all peoples, regardless of where they come from, is a necessary good, and acknowledging that is, again, a first step in making sure that people not just in this kind of safe community are able to live fulfilled lives of dignity.
Wonderful. We haven't asked too many people about the budget, but one of the questions was about passing an $11.25 million budget for Winooski. Do you feel like, based on what you know about the budget, that it reflects the priorities of Winooski residents?
Yeah, I believe that funding for these programs are necessary in order to keep a functioning community. Yeah, totally.
Wonderful. Last question about things on the ballot. There was one contested election, or race rather, for school board. But for any of the candidates on the ballot this year, do you feel like you heard enough information, got to know enough about the candidates before casting your vote?
I actually did not vote for any of the school board candidates, mostly because I work in a school that is not this community and have been really focused on those school board elections. And so I didn't feel comfortable voting in any direction, as I don't know the people as well. So more information, more public would have been helpful. I know that there was a lot of canvassing going on for the November election for candidates in this town, and having more kind of readily available information that you don't have to seek out on your own was good.
Any last thoughts you want to share about Town Meeting Day or on Town Meeting Day with us?
No, I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Max, for chatting with us.
Yep.
Take care. Stay warm.
Yep. Thank you. I'll make sure to...
Thank you. Good?
Yep.
All right. Hi, good morning.
Hi.
What is your name?
My name's Randy Morton.
And you're a Williston resident?
I am, yes.
Amazing. Can you share why you voted today? Why you feel it's important to vote?
I feel it's important to support school budgets. It's the world we live in. We need to support our schools, make sure we have an informed community.
Amazing. So you voted yes on the half-cent tax increase?
I did not vote on that. I'm not informed enough about that one to...
Sorry, that was not related to the school. That's related to
Correct.
the preservation of the lands. Cool. Do you feel like the town provided enough information about the school budget?
Yes, actually, I work on school budgets for a living, so I'm pretty well informed about them. I know enough to support the community. I know the boards do everything they can to support the schools and the taxpayers at the same time, so I trust the job they've done. Saw a 3.3% increase, and that's more than reasonable.
Amazing. Cool. And do you have any strong feelings about any particular candidates that you feel would, stick up for policies that you believe in?
Honestly, I don't know anything about the candidates, and I know there weren't a lot of choices either. So.
You're here for the school budget.
I'm here for the school budget. For more of the town, I'm not so familiar with what's going on.
Good. Yep. Amazing. One-liner about why school budgets are important.
We need an educated community. We need to support our kids, our teachers, and our schools. The best citizens we can have.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Can you spell your first and last name for us?
Sure. It's actually Randall, Randall, and Morton, Morton.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Randy. This is CCTV, Town Meeting TV. We're public access
in Burlington.
Oh, okay. You can tune in for live election results tonight.
Oh, nice.
If you'd like.
I deal with LCA TV all the time.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. Yeah, appreciate it so much.
It's my 2 minutes of fame.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
What is your name and how do you spell it?
My name is Kristen Littlefield, KRISTEN LITTLEFIELD.
Amazing, thank you. So why are you here today? Why did you decide to vote today?
Well, I'm a teacher, so there's a lot at stake for schools. I live it every day, so I felt it was imperative for me to make sure that I got out and had my voice heard. And also, I love my community, and I've been very active at the library and in community events, raising my kids here. So I feel that if you don't vote, then you're not really truly connected to your community in a lot of ways. So
amazing. Thanks. What do you teach?
I teach K through 8 Spanish at Heinsberg Community School.
Very cool.
So, we're feeling the pinch of budget cuts already. So moving forward. I see what the needs are of the kids, and I really feel that, it's really important for us to support our schools. But I do, as a taxpayer in Williston, understand the flip side. I understand both sides. I really do. So.
But you still feel that it's important to vote for the school budget?
It is, even though, it's going to take some money out of my own pocket. So I'm hoping this year the taxes aren't that as high. They're not supposed to be. And then with the school consolidation proposals, we'll see how that all rolls out. Yeah. Scott's proposals, we still have a lot to figure out. So, yeah.
What would you say to voters who maybe don't have kids in school anymore and aren't sure about whether it's important for them to vote for the school budget?
Well, if you invest in the children in your community, even if they're not yours, those children will go out into the world and either add or subtract to society. So it's important to support those children even if they're not yours.
Totally. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to add?
Nope,
Okay.
I'm all good.
Okay.
I've got to go over to
Okay,
professional development now.
Can we give you... Woohoo! All right, thanks for doing this. Can you tell us your name and how you spell it?
Kort Longenbach. That's K-O-R-T, last name L-O-N-G-E-N-B-A-C-H.
Amazing, thank you. So why are you here today? Why did you decide to come out and vote?
I think voting's our most fundamental right, and it all starts local, and it's something very little we all can do, and it all starts there.
Amazing. Were there any questions on the ballot or candidates that you felt strongly about today?
I think in the one race there was two candidates up. I had gotten some feedback that one candidate was not so hot. Let me put it that way.
Good. And do you have any strong feelings about the school budget or the 1 half-cent tax increase for the public lands preservation?
These are difficult choices. I understand a lot of financial pressures on our community and everyone, but I also think the people in these roles try a lot to do the right thing. So it's a difficult decision no matter how you slice it. So it's hard. It's hard.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like that's kind of the general understanding, yeah.
There's no villains out there, I don't think.
What?
I said there's no villains out there. Everyone's really trying, I believe.
That's beautiful. I agree, yeah. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, just get out and vote. This all starts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we give you this? This is a CCTV Town Meeting TV. We have live.
By the way, I'm a big fan of CCTV.
Really? Yeah!
I have trouble with the audio on a lot of the meetings I watch, but other than that, it's great.
Which meetings do you watch?
I watch the Williston Select Board. I'm on the Planning Commission, and I watch the Select Board. I watch South Burlington, Winooski, Essex, and Essex Town. I watch a lot of everything you have on them periodically, just to sort of keep up with what different towns are dealing with, and it's such a good service.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thanks. That's awesome. We love to hear it. Sometimes we're like, does anyone watch? So what is your name and can you spell it?
My name is Chapin Kaynor, C-H-A-P-I-N, K-A-Y-N-O-R, and my son and grandson just walked in too, and daughter-in-law.
Really?
Yeah, we live together.
Awesome. How long have you lived in Williston?
40 years.
Wow, amazing.
And 60 years in Chittenden County.
Wow.
Or not quite 60, 55, sorry.
Wow, amazing. Were you born outside of Vermont? Been here long enough though? Yeah, awesome.
I came at age 19.
Wow. Cool. For college or?
No, for alternative service for the draft. I worked at the hospital for 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
It was during the Vietnam War.
Cool. Amazing. So why are you here to vote? Why do you feel that it's important?
I feel like we're in a democracy and we have a civic responsibility to participate in every way we can.
Amazing. Were there any candidates that you felt strongly about today on the ballot?
Yes, Ellie, who's right behind me, she has run before, and she is running unopposed for the select board, and yet she's out here greeting voters. And to me, that's the spirit that we need. We need involved people.
Amazing. Yeah, I was noticing that. And did you have any strong feelings about the school budget question on the ballot?
No, I'm really disappointed at the cuts that have had to be made. I understand the problem with the level of funding that's been asked for. But for instance, Andy Miscavige, who's conducted the band for, my son went through the band process there, and I used to substitute teach for him. He does a great job, and they're combining music teachers. To my understanding is they're combining 2 full-time people to 1 or something like that. And so he's winding up leaving, and we're losing a really good teacher. And I'm aware of that sort of in all of the 60 or so people who are affected by the cuts in personnel. I do realize that there's a chance that some of them will eventually, through retirement and other things, some people may be able to stay more, but I just feel like it hurts. And the ancillary people in the classrooms do a huge service and improve the education of everybody.
And why do you feel that, I guess something we've been talking about is like some people in town may not have kids in school anymore and feel that it's maybe not connected to them. What would you say to people?
The public education system is the base of so much of a democracy. You need an educated public, and when you don't have a good education system, you have more people getting in trouble. You wind up spending more on law enforcement and jails and so forth. To me, it's foundational good for the whole community, and that's why we as a community have supported public education for all these years.
Amazing, beautiful answer. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Is there anything? I guess. Did you have any insight on the 1.5 cent tax increase?
Absolutely, it's much needed. Williston has leveraged, I think the public information said at least 2 for 1, but it's been more than that, of money to help preserve land, including like the land right behind the town hall here, was purchased with ERF funds, and it has preserved. As a town, we have struggled with the development pressure versus the enjoyment of natural areas, and we have focused development in the Taft Corners region primarily, and also in the sewage area secondarily, and tried to keep the rural areas rural, and the ERF has been instrumental in making that possible. And so for future generations, if you go down to the wildlife level, just keeping corridors at forest blocks and corridors open, all of that is important for the long-term idea that we can visit and be part of nature, as well as having dealing with the pressure to develop.
Wow. Yeah.
Can I make a comment on something you're not asking me?
Yes.
Our town has been willing to spend money on public safety. When there's a study that says we need more firemen, we put them in the budget. We need more policemen, we put them in the budget. We have great equipment. The state police even borrow some of our equipment, like these big bags for lifting heavy things. And so we spend that money, but when something like the ERF comes up, it doesn't make it on the budget. And so the solution this year is to put it as a separate item so the voters can say, yes, we want to spend money on that. And if you look at the amount of money we spend on that kind of thing compared to the amount we spend on public safety, it pales. And I feel like we need to deal with that. And that conservatism carries over into, I lead a lot of volunteer efforts for the environment. And the process of having volunteers become harder and harder because of a conservativeness about safety. The insurance says they don't want to pay, they don't want the town taking risk, and right now I can't have any volunteers sign up to do a volunteer for the environment like planting trees if they're under 18. Just absolutely not. We have 8th grade students trying to do challenge projects at the Catamount Community Forest who can't do them because the insurance says, they say the insurance won't cover it. We need to solve those problems. We need to be able to have all of our citizens have a land ethic and work on the land. We have plenty of invasives to get rid of. We have plenty of trees that could be planted, and we're being stifled in those efforts by a conservatism about risk, basically too risk averse. And that's sort of the other side of saying we will spend anything we need on public safety, but we won't spend money on the Environmental Reserve Fund. And so that's been a tendency of our town that I'm hoping the vote today will show where the town really feels about preserving the environment.
Wow.
Thanks.
Thank you so much
Okay.
for all your thoughts on that.
Thank you all for doing CATV.
This is our.
I manage a marketing team.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
Dealer.com.
Dealer.com. I know right by the barge canal on Pine
Yeah,
Street.
on Pine Street. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. What is your name and how do you spell it?
My name is Mitch Terracciano, and that's MITCHTERRICCIANO.
Thank you. Why are you here? Why did you come out to vote today?
It's, your duty, right? It's important that you're exercising that right for democracy to work properly and trying to set a good example for my 19-year-old son who's still sleeping.
Amazing. Do you think he'll vote today?
Yeah, I'm gonna badger him until he gets out of bed.
Amazing. Was there anything on the ballot that you felt particularly strong about, or any candidates?
Not necessarily. I think the school budget is always one, especially in Vermont. I know people have a lot of feelings about that kind of stuff. For me, I have a junior in high school still, and my kids have gone through the school system here, and personally, I just think it's important to come out and lodge my opinion either way, wherever you land.
Yeah.
So I can have my say.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And you got kids, so it's right.
Yep.
Cool. Were there any no candidates that you felt really?
Not necessarily. I mean, Williston's a pretty small town, well, comparatively, not for Vermont, right? But ultimately, there's a lot happening in the town. I don't mean to imply that there isn't a lot going on in the government here, but I do think that it's a relatively safe place to have elected officials because you don't see maybe some of the exaggerated swings from one side to the other that you get at a more national political level.
Mm-hmm.
So people are pretty middle of the road, for better or for worse.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And then, did you know anything about the half-cent tax increase on for the public land preservation?
I did not know about that one actually, and I had gone to the website and did a bit of reviewing, especially of the school budget and all that kind of stuff yesterday. That was new to me, but I live in Vermont and I grew up here, and I'm pro what makes the state beautiful, so it was a no-brainer for me to vote yes for that.
Awesome. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in South Starksboro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Vermonter through and through.
Yep.
Great. Anything else you want to add?
No, but thanks for being out here and freezing your butts off, right?
Thanks. Good luck with your son.
Yeah, thanks.
And then we talk about your why you're running.
Happy to talk about the ERF as I support the school budget,
Cool.
but that's not as much my area of expertise.
Cool. And then maybe why you're running for select board.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I can work with all that.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Are we good? Cool. Amazing. Okay, your name and how you spell it.
My name is Ellie Beckett. It's spelled ELLIEBECKETT.
Beautiful, thank you. Why do you think it's important to vote? Why are you out here today?
Well, I think it's very important to vote just because, we all live in our towns and should have, knowledge of what's going on and give our input when it's time, and it's time. And I'm out here today as a candidate because I think it's really important, even though I'm uncontested, I think it's really important that voters know that I want their vote and I really appreciate their vote and coming out.
Amazing. Yeah, and also know your face.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm a relative newcomer to the ballot, so I just want to be able to meet folks and answer any questions if they have them about me or why I'm here.
That's really cool. Do you have any particular insight or feelings about the ERF question on the ballot?
Yeah, I'm very supportive of the Environmental Reserve Fund. I think we've been underfunding it for years, and it's a reserve that we really need to have built up so that, you know, the opportunities to use it are few and far between, but when we want to use it, it's really nice to have it for the town to have, you know, leverage and more of a part of the discussion.
Do you feel like people, like it was the town provided enough information about it for voters?
I think so. I think it's been pretty well publicized and it's been pretty well out there.
Cool. And I guess why are you running for select board? What do you enjoy about it?
Sure. I was born and raised in Williston. I love this town. Moved back a couple years ago and have just been very involved since then. I'm a co-chair of the Planning Commission and member of our Rotary, and you know, so it's really important to me to serve our town and give back and be part of the conversation and future of Williston.
Amazing. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thanks for
yeah, thank you. And I hope everything goes well today.
Thank you.
Good? Yep. Hey guys, Brooke here with Town Meeting TV. We are here at South Burlington South at the Orchard School. We are waiting for voters. We haven't gotten anyone to talk to us yet, but they're coming. We just spent an hour or so at Williston, National Guard Armory. Talked to a bunch of voters there. It was awesome. People were coming out early in the morning before work to vote, and at first we didn't get many people, but then a lot of people were eager to talk, so it was awesome. And there were a lot of people who were curious about or are passionate about the school budget, and also about the EFA. Nope, that's not the name. What's the name of EFR? What was that? EPR? EPR? Was it EPR? Yeah, Protection Reserve. Okay, let me start that over. A lot of people had strong feelings about the school budget question on the ballot, and I think everyone we talked to is very in favor of passing that and caring about education in the Williston community. And a lot of people also were passionate about the EPR, which is a 50 cent tax increase on the general list, is what they called it. Yeah, a 50 cent tax increase to raise money for the protection and preservation of public lands in Williston. And a lot of people felt strongly that that should pass, and fighting, balancing the pressure from developers and also, trying to balance out the access to recreation and public land use. So it was really fun. We talked to a lot of people, and that's all for now. Awesome. Okay. Can you tell us your name and how to spell it?
Yeah, Shane Bowley, SHANE BOWLEY.
Amazing. Thanks, Shane.
Sure.
Can you tell us why you came out here to vote today? Why do you think it's important? Why are you here?
Well, considering what's going on nationally, I feel like the best way to make an impact is locally. So just supporting democracy any way I can, and getting out there and using my voice to express what I want for the community. So.
Do you feel like local elections are often overlooked?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I really want to impact locally as much as I can by being kind and compassionate and just not getting into the polarization too much. Trying to bring people together. And when I see this, it makes me feel really good, so.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you felt strongly about? Any candidates on the ballot that you were excited about?
This was less about candidacy and more about the town and school budget. It's on everybody's mind, and I think they did a pretty good job of working with limited resources in some respects. So it's that was my biggest focus, was the budgets.
Do you feel like the town provided adequate information about the town and school budgets?
Oh yeah. The superintendent of schools sends out a great communications. The other paper, our local paper, does a fantastic job of covering local politics and what's going on. So, and then I also have a neighbor who's on the city council, and that helps. So I've got an inside look, if you will, at what's going on. So.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Anything else you have to say?
Get out there and vote. Participate. If you don't like what's going on nationally, there's peaceful protests going on. Just spend your money where local businesses, like I say, that local impact thing. That's what it's all about. And Vermont's very local. I grew up here. I was born here. In our brave little state.
Great. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Essex Junction, but I was born in Burlington.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, and I was very fortunate to grow up here.
Yeah.
And when J.D. Vance came to visit, the spirit of that is basically what us woodchucks are all about.
That's right.
So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you out in Waitsfield or?
No, I was skiing in the chick shocks.
Oh, you were in the chick shocks. Dreamy. Oh my God. Amazing.
Yeah, I was out for a week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Some cabins. It was great. It was really great. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I love our neighbors.
Yeah.
To the north.
Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome people, and I had some really good poutine.
I bet you did. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
But I'm headed to Bolton right now to do some backcountry turns. Get out there, don't forget to skin, uphill travel. It's the wave of the future.
I love it.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. If there's anything that you felt strongly about the school budget or something?
I feel strongly about all of it, I guess.
Yeah. That's good. We're rolling?
Yeah, we'll be good.
Amazing. Can you tell us your name and how to spell it?
My name is Linda Norris, Linda Norris.
Thanks for doing this, Linda.
You may want, this is a tape first, you may want to edit it all up.
We have an editor.
Oh, good.
Editing. Yes,
Okay.
not live.
All right.
So why are you here? Why did you come out to vote today?
I came out to vote because I think we all need to get out and vote. I've lived in South Burlington for, it's a little over 30 years. My kids went to school here. It's a great school system. It's a great town, and I think it's important for everybody to participate.
Amazing. How were you feeling about the school budget question on the ballot?
I think it's a really tough question. I'm not sure we've solved it all. I think the governor's trying to work on some of the expense issues with it. That one's a tough one. I support their schools unequivocally, but there is work to be done at the state level and the local level to make it more affordable for all of us.
Totally. And how about the town budget?
The town budget, I know Jesse Baker, who is our city manager, and the town did a great job in hiring that lady, and I think the town budget was a very reasonable ask, and definitely support that also.
Do you feel like there's enough information about the budgets available to voters?
Yes, I think so. Definitely online or in the other paper. You look at the other paper.
Great. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I don't think so. But thank you for the opportunity and all that you guys do to get information out for everybody to help them vote.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for voting and thanks for chatting with us.
No problem.
Yeah.
Now, what are you? You're that.
So I work in forestry and I do invasive species management.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
You're in Montpelier?
Yeah, I actually in the Essex office.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know if you've ever been over there if your dad was.
I think so.
Yeah, it's over in Essex Junction, like right
Oh,
by
wait,
the
yes,
fairgrounds.
Yes, I have. Yeah,
All
yeah.
these white buildings
Yes,
and
he
stuff.
took me down there once.
They have like
Yeah.
an old Vermont tree nursery there.
Yes,
It's a cool
that's
place.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like summer camp.
Yeah, that's
Way
awesome.
better than like working at National Life.
Yeah. He only has to go there like once a week.
Yeah. They have to like go certain days.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going? All right. Noah, can you tell us your name and how you spell it?
My name is Noah Hoffman, Noahhoffman.
Amazing. Thank you. So why are you here today? Why do you think voting is important?
Well, I've lived in this town for about 12 years, and I have 4 kids who, are currently in and have graduated from the school system. I really care about the natural areas and preserving open space and conserving land in South Burlington, so it's important for me to vote for people who care about the schools and our natural spaces.
Beautiful. Don't have talking points.
I get interviewed a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
for my job.
Are there any candidates that you have on your mind particularly today that you feel like kind of back your...
Yeah. Yeah, well, I feel like Tim Barrett has done a great job as, running the city council. And actually, this is sort of putting in a little plug for my wife, Emily Hoffman, who's running as a write-in candidate for school board. So I'll be voting for her as well.
Amazing. And I know the school budget has been on people's minds. Do you have any thoughts on the school budget?
Well, I mean, I certainly feel like we definitely need to do things to reduce the cost of education. I think it's more of a statewide issue than a local issue. So I'll be supporting the school budget because I really don't think voting it down is a productive solution. But I do understand the concerns.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the town budget. Any thoughts on the town budget?
Not really. I mean, honestly, I haven't given it a really close look. I'll be voting for it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No?
Great. Those are beautiful
Okay.
answers. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Happy town meeting day.
Yeah. Great.
Awesome. Hey, here we are at South Burlington South again. We got some people to chat with us, and sounds like the school budget and the town budget are both things that are on people's minds quite a bit. So people were talking about the budgets and kind of the state level of decision making around those things versus the local level. Most people are supportive of both, but also understand that there needs to be work done to reduce the cost of education and other things in town budget related areas. Now we're gonna head to South Burlington Central, and we'll catch you over there. Alrighty, and sound is cool. Okay, Tim, can you tell us your name and how to spell it?
My name is Tim Barrett, B-A-R-R-I-T-T, and I am a city councilor at South Burlington, and I'm running for re-election today unopposed. But I'm also here to support Emily Hoffman, who is running for a write-in position on the school board because there's one position that didn't have anybody that filled out the petition in time. So, yeah.
We just talked to Noah, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
Yes. So Noah and Emily came to Tuttle where I was standing for the first few hours, showing the signs, and so yeah, it's a great day. It's a little cool out here today, but it's not as bad as it has been.
It has been really cold.
Yeah, 9 years ago when I first ran, it was like 16 degrees and it was blowing about 20 knots, and yeah, and I'm wearing like 4 layers everywhere right now, and I'm pretty aware. You know, there is no bad weather. There's only bad gear. Right?
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I'm actually wearing 3 sets of down.
You only have one pair of gloves, though.
I do, but I have a hand warmer in my pocket, which I haven't activated yet.
Okay, you haven't needed to. Okay, what would you say to people? Why is it important, I guess, for you to vote?
You know, you don't complain about farmers when we got food in your mouth. You don't complain about democracy if you don't get out and exercise your civic duty to vote. It's so important, especially today. We all know what happened last Friday in the Oval Office. We saw some very bad behavior on the part of elected officials. And I think it's important and it's incumbent upon everybody to get out and exercise your democratic right to vote when you can. Because at the rate we're going, I'm not sure if we're going to have that right much longer. And I hate to say something like that, but there's some really bad stuff going on in DC right now. I have friends personally affected that work for AID. I have friends that are personally affected who work as contractors for AID. A lot of them they don't have any income right now. And AID is one of the most important low-level, strategic, diplomatic forms of assistance to other countries where it's low cost and you give America a very good name, right? And it's been going on for decades and decades and decades, right? And you just don't go cut something like that overnight, especially when a lot of it has to do with food. And what a lot of people don't understand is that AID takes tax money and buys American agricultural and other American products and then sends it overseas to countries that need it. It's kind of like the Peace Corps, right? Peace Corps recipient countries request expert, volunteers to come over and teach or to provide, specific professional services, but they're requested, right? And so, the Peace Corps volunteer is that low-level diplomat that establishes friendships and relationships with people in foreign countries, and then basically is selling the American brand by virtue of what they're doing for their own countries, right? So to cut these types of things is just a really sad day for the country.
Yeah. And how do you how do you tie that to our local elections?
So again, you have to exercise your right to vote, and hopefully you have a choice of who to vote for, right? I think that our city has a pretty good record of putting people up that care about city government, they care about the budgets, and they care about the programs that the city provides for people, both culturally and economically, and that gives us an opportunity to make the city a better place. Take a look down the street, right? This was basically just a small 2-lane road that was really bad, rough asphalt about 5 years ago, and it's built, and this building here didn't exist until 2021, right? So, I mean, things are changing. We can't get, you can't hide the fact that, you know, we're going to have redevelopment, we're going to have development. The key is to make sure it's done in the right place, at the right scale. This area is the right scale. Nice, dense urban environment, right, with nice apartments that some are market rate and some are affordable, like the Allard Square there is a senior living complex, right? Because the city spends less per capita when you have dense urban development, which is important for those budgets. That's why the city budget was only up 3.67% total this year, 3.3 before the penny bonds.
So do you have like much of an opinion about the school budget, or many feel
the schools, you know, they're severely impacted by a number of factors, including the common level of appraisal, which is that delta between what your house is assessed for now and what the state thinks it really is valued at. And that CLA percentage number ends up in the denominator of the tax rate calculation. So as it goes down, the tax rate goes up, right? And there have been a few other changes to the school funding formula, so that, you know, I mean, South Burlington was impacted last year, and it took 3 votes to pass. So I think 7% is a good, fair first attempt by the school board to put in front of the voters. I hope it passes. We'll see what happens at 8:30 tonight when the votes are tallied. But I'm sure that, you know, the BCA, the Board of Civil Authority, is well positioned to be able to come back in April and when the school board has a second offering. And, you know, I hope they accomplish it today.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything else you want to add or say?
Just get out and vote, everybody. You know, I don't know when this will air, but, you know, it's important. So, Tim Barrett for City Councilor, Emily Hoffman for School Director.
Woo! Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
Good luck tonight.
You're welcome.
Have fun.
All right, thanks.
We're rolling. All right. Can you tell us your name and how to spell it?
Steve Garbarino, Garbarino.
Amazing. Thanks, Steve. Why are you here today? Why do you think it's important to vote?
I vote in every election. I think it's important to have your say, and the people that complain and then they don't vote, that's their fault. And I think everyone should come out every time.
I said one question, so that's my one question. But was there anything that you felt strongly about on the ballot?
Really everything. Definitely the budgets for the city and for the school.
Do you feel like there was enough information provided to voters about those?
Yes, I did.
Great. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, Steve. All right.
Okay.
Can you tell us your name and how you spell it?
My name is David Peterson. It's P-E-D as in David, E-R-S-O-N. And
thank you, David.
Been in South Burlington for longer than most people have been alive. But
How many years?
35.
Wow, amazing. Very cool.
No, actually 36.
36?
Yep.
Did you live in Vermont before that?
No. But we've grown to love it, my wife and I. So.
Amazing. Cool. Why are you here today?
I'm here to vote, we try to vote in every single election, whether it's local issues or national issues. So.
Yeah. Why do you think it's important to vote?
I'm trying to support democracy on a very basic level, which is to pay attention to what's going on in the world and try to contribute sensible opinions and so forth.
Amazing. Did you have any strong feelings about the school budget or the town budget?
It's given that we've been going through a period of high inflation, I think it seems a reasonable increase, and so I'm going to vote for it. That's I haven't learned any more about the details, but I know it went through a lot of efforts to pass in the last election, and I hope they don't have to bring it up again and again this time around.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Any candidates you felt this strongly about?
Only that I've gone on and read their public statements, and I think I'm sorry, I'm blanking on her name. She's running for re-election on the city council.
It's not.
Any of you guys can help me on this, but
we have
anyway,
we have everybody actually.
Well, I just wanted to say about her that she made a general point that, you know, a lot of government is not sexy. It's a matter of, you know, making sure that you sustain the infrastructure and that you have clean water, you have water treatment, and so forth that allows the city to grow and function.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do.
Yeah, totally. Let's see.
What else?
I can't.
I'm sorry. I was thinking Elizabeth Fitzgerald. She had said that in her literature, so.
Elizabeth Fitzgerald, everyone. Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Anything else that? Oh, sorry.
No. That's.
Anything else you wanted to say?
No, I think that's it.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Have a great day.
We appreciate it.
So yeah.
This is
pleasure.
information for when we call the elections tonight. It'll be live on those.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thank you so
Take care.
much. All right, folks, we're wrapping up here at South Burlington Central on Market Street in front of the City Hall and the library. It is cold, but people are still coming out to vote. Seems to be a little bit of a lull right now, but we talked to a few people, which was great. And we talked to Tim Barrett, who's running for a re-election on City Council, and a couple of voters. And yeah, lots to talk about: school budget, town budget, and yeah, I don't have much else to say. What do you guys think? Yeah, we had fun. We're out here. Yeah, happy town meeting day.